Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Clixed, where 4 of your 5 podcasters are not wearing pants. Go ahead and make your guesses now. Anyway, I'm joined by LotusGuard, Dave, here with Livesbythesword, Jay, and our 2 special guests today, Cody Ogilby and Emma Lewis. Welcome to the show, guys.
Joke about not having gum. Right, guys?
Yeah.
It wasn't
this is the second interview that we've done with these two because I somehow lost the audio the first time. So enjoy the slightly better version.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of inside jokes you're not going to get. Sorry.
I'll explain them as we go. All right, Emma, how long have you been playing HeroClix?
I started playing in 2011. A kid ran into a telephone pole outside of our house, and our whole block was up without power. So we went to Walmart to kill some time until they got the power back on, and saw a box of HeroClix. I had heard some friends talking about it, and so bought a box and took it home.
That's so much. Every time I hear that story, it's still way cooler than mine. Like, every time.
Did you ever find that kid and thank him for this horrible addiction you have?
I should, though. I should look him up.
My favorite part of the story is where in my head the power goes out, and she's like, you know what we should do? We should go to goddamn Walmart.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
What else do you do when the power's out?
Exactly.
We got off work at, midnight, so, there was literally nothing else to do but to go to Walmart.
You guys want to go stub your toe on some furniture? No, let's go to Walmart.
Alright, Cody, how long have you been playing Clix?
Since it was a couple months after Dave started playing in 2012. I started playing around the time Galactic Guardians came out. Me and a couple of friends from college went to Big Bang one day and saw that one of them just saw HeroClix behind the counter. Is like, those are cool, I want a booster. And we fell into peer pressure and each bought a booster. And it's been downhill ever since.
Giant losers?
Yeah.
Just say no.
Cody, you should try this crack.
Right?
Well, if everyone else is going to buy a booster of it,
just smoke this bowl one time.
The funny thing is, out of the 3, me and my 2 other friends, I'm the only one that's still playing.
You're a glutton for punishment, obviously.
I know.
All right, Emma, how many rocks have you attended?
2, Rock at Big Bang, and then Trial Rock in Marion, Illinois.
And that's the one where you played the Hellfire Club team base and somehow played against all these green power batteries?
Yeah, and somehow made it alive.
I don't know how you did that. That shit was magical. The gods were with you that day.
They were.
All right, Cody, how many rocks have you attended?
I think we decided 5 last time. I said 4, and then Dave brought up the second Big Bang Rock, and I had actually blotted that out of my memory until he brought it back up.
Yeah, I was there. It was rough.
Yeah. We had a little group therapy. I played at 2 Big Bang Rocks, Evansville, the first Richmond, and the No Tactics one in Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good show there.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a good group of guys. I didn't even place in that one, I don't think. I did pretty terrible, but...
I didn't either. I remember...
I remember Howard tachyoning my face off of my skull and then trying to put it back on for me. So that was... I appreciate that, Howard.
I played... Did we do 4 or 5 rounds that day?
5.
3 rounds I played Super Scroll, and the last one got me with Engineer.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. I do remember, however, you and the other guys from Flavor Storm playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed, and I went over there and watched...
So terrible.
I watched you guys pull your figures, and I was just like, none of them pulled a chase, none of them pulled a super rare. And went over there and bought the last 8 boosters and got a chase in the super rare.
You son of a bitch. Alright.
Yeah. It was me.
I don't know how, right? We opened up a brand new box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Me, Strawberry Rain, our friend Marcus, whose Flavor Storm name escapes me at the moment, but I think it's Dark Chocolate Dust Storm.
Okay, I don't remember.
And, I can't remember who the 4th one was. But we all bought this Yu-Gi-Oh! Box. Opened up a fresh new box for this. We all bought 4 boosters for whatever fucking reason.
Total of 16 figures.
And we pulled all of the garbage out of this box. If you haven't looked at, Magic Jar or whatever the hell it's called.
Morphing Jar.
The Laughing Jar is the worst piece I've ever seen in the history of HeroClix.
Fiber Jar. Morphing Jar was set 1.
Fiber Jar.
Oh, yeah.
Fiber Jar's terrible.
Yeah.
It's god awful.
Mason Jar.
That would have been better. A positive alternate outcome.
Moonshine deals penetrating poison damage.
Sweet, delicious penetrating.
Oh, those were so. It was so terrible. So Cody got all the good shit that we didn't pull.
No, I split it with Justin, and he got the super rare, which is what I wanted, and I got the Blue Eyes Ultimate.
Yeah, the best thing I pulled was like I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna call it Magneton because it's a fucking Pokemon.
One of the Magnet Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Magneton. I forget what I was calling it, but it was really pissing Mario. Mario was the fourth one. He was really pissing him off.
Hey, it ain't no party pickle.
Right?
No. Hey. Party Pickle is Thousand Eyes Idol from Yu-Gi-Oh! Set 1, and it's a pickle with arms, legs, and a party hat.
And a cape.
Yeah, and he's just doing a little jig. So he's Party Pickle.
Except for probably his dial.
No, dude, he's solid.
Is he?
Let me pull him up. He's got like a 10 range outwit and cap with 2 or 3 targets.
Party Pickle's pretty awesome.
Alright.
Yeah, 8 range, 2 targets, in cap, willpower, outwit.
Statement retracted.
60 points.
Might be the best not super rare in the set.
Best figure in all of Golden Age.
Alright, so Emma, what is it like to compete as a woman in a game so heavily populated by dudes?
And Luke Grace.
And Luke
Right, yeah, Luke Grace.
I'm not sure what's going on with our planet there.
Poor Luke. It's pretty fun. I gotta say, I like to watch my opponents. That's the most fun part for me. Cause I either get the guys who won't talk to me, won't make eye contact, like, just head down, I don't even exist. And they're just like scared to attack or do anything. And so I'm just kind of like, oh man. Or I get the guys who are just like super like, oh, I gotta go hard or go home. I can't let this girl beat me. Like, my bro points are on the line. Like,
man, I just got my man card back. I'm not giving it up.
Right.
To those guys, you're playing HeroClix dudes. Your bro points are on the line anyway.
When I just gotta interject. Whenever you said head down, my mind immediately put in the rest. Head down, ass up. That's the way it was.
Right. That's acceptable.
It was a magical moment.
I will
so live one day in Cody's head, man.
Oh, some people might not make it out alive.
Oh, yeah. I did learn something at Big Bang, which was really funny. When I first went in and I was playing, like, we all got polos and stuff from Fox. And so I was wearing the polo. And after lunch break, we went and did shots because we were all doing really bad. And so after doing shots, I was like, yeah, screw this polo. And so I took the polo off and went tank top. And let's just say that my win streak got a lot better all of a sudden. And I don't know what to accredit it to because there's too many variables, but I don't know.
As a straight man who was single for most of my HeroClix career, I'm going to go ahead and credit that to possible cleavage. That is the winning card right there because you're not focused on the game at that point. You're focused on shit you're not supposed to see at HeroClix match.
You want to? I got an idea.
Emma, I'm sure there were people that didn't even play you all day that their performance dropped after lunch.
I am 100% certain of this.
So Harley Quinn cosplay for states.
Oh my god.
I already have a plan, seriously.
You would dominate so much ass, it would be ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna give a fuck, but you dominate her doing shit. Like, me and Jason are married and Dave's not playing, so you're probably good.
Yeah, so that was interesting, I gotta say. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then we just did our sealed Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron, yeah. And in it, we have another girl who plays at our venue. And I had to play her. And it's the first time that I've had to play her since pretty much she started playing. So I was playing her, and afterwards, like, we got in the car and we were going home or whatever. And I told my husband, I was like, I don't like playing against another girl. And he was like, why? I was like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's like getting pulled over by a lady cop or something. Like, you don't know what to do.
The tank top's not working.
Oh man, yeah, you could like adjust the shirt and dudes will be like, you win. I don't.
Oh, crit miss, sorry.
My bad.
I swear this had never happened before.
Like, I lost on the first turn. It's never happened that fast. I'm sorry.
When I was playing my last match field, I was playing against this guy, of course. And I was playing, and my husband was standing at the end of the table, and he actually said, he was like, watch out, bro, don't fall for the boob magic. And that poor kid turned so pink.
Oh, that's hysterical.
He
was like, don't
magic.
do it.
And then he did. Like, you got no
It was a good
excuse.
time.
I told you it was coming. Sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
He knows from experience.
I love that it still works on him. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do, Drew.
Oh, I know.
Right.
It's a married man. I believe. No.
The reason you don't play HeroClix with your wife.
I do all types of stuff that I just don't want to do because of food magic. Alrighty. Cody, you play at a venue that's heavily involved in rocks, from hosting events to the high skill level of well-known players. You ever feel the pressure to play competitively in order to keep up?
Not really. Honestly, on 300 Modern nights, I just set out. I'll usually judge that night so Jason, our normal judge, can play because he likes playing in rocks. But like, I feel like I'm on the same level, or, more or less, give or take a few points. But, like I can keep up with them on not 300 Modern nights. I can't keep up with the meta.
Okay.
And I'm just not as involved in it as everybody else is.
Oh, believe me, I get it.
Yeah. Like, I'm in a group chat with a bunch of the other guys, like our local guys, and it's just, I can work for 2 hours and go on break, and then I have 141 notifications from this group chat where they've been talking about meta, and I'm just like, oh, that's neat.
Right. Yeah,
I didn't miss anything.
I get like texts from Jason like 2 or 3 times a week. He'll be like, oh my god, did you check this out? I'm like, Jason, do I ever check any of it out? Just tell me. And then he tells me, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, why don't I read this shit? And it's always terrible. Alright, Emma, what was the first HeroClix figure you ever owned?
So, to continue we went to Walmart story.
Woo.
We got a box of Avengers, because that's what was there. That wasn't what was current at the time, of course, because it was 2011. But that's what was at. Oh yeah. That's what it was at Walmart. And so in the box, I only remember 2 figures from the box, which was, Quicksilver, who's actually pretty good, and Dragon Man. And I was so pumped. I was like, look at him. He's huge. He must be amazing. I can't wait to play with him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he sucks. I hate life right now.
Oh yeah, Dragon Man was hot garbage. And
Yeah.
he looked so cool. He was like one of the coolest sculpts in the set, but he was a fucking trainer, man.
Yeah. He looked really cool. I was excited because he was so huge. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Look how much bigger that he is than everyone else. I was like, he's got wings. He looks great. And then I was like, oh, he dies really easy.
Yeah, like, oh my god, 2 hits for real.
Silver's amazing.
He has 9 attack. All the time.
Right.
I remember when we recorded this the first time, I looked up Dragon Man, I'm like, oh, she's right, that's terrible.
Yeah. Told you.
Yeah.
God, Dragon Man
0
is
out
so
of 10.
bad.
0 out of 10 would not play this quick.
Dragon Man is so bad. I'm a D&D player too, and he's like one of the first pieces I just broke off his base.
Yeah.
Well, he had the flight base, so you could already pop him off, couldn't you?
Yeah, but he's on like he's got like a plastic pedestal with the pointy end on it, so I had to bust that off. But he was like the first piece I broke off for a D&D mini. I was like, fuck this dude, I'm never playing him.
Dude, I was at Origins last year for a shop, and this guy, like 2 guys came up, like, immediately, and like, there was a Highfather on the table, and the guy first in line was like, okay, how much is this piece, or whatever. I guess he wanted to use Highfather for a D&D mini, so he's like, not hard or anything like that. So he just walked off with the Highfather piece after he bought it, and the other guy was like, damn it, I wanted to buy that piece.
That's funny.
That piece will never get played.
Exactly.
It's about to get broken right now. Oh man. Alright, Cody, so what was the first HeroClix figure you ever owned?
It was one of the Ultimate's Punishers. Him, like, diving through the air, what is that game? Max Payne style. I got him when I was like 8 or 9. There's a comic book store down the road from where my mom used to work, and we would go in there every now and then. They just had a bucket of loose hero clicks, and when I was that age, I just really liked the Punisher and found him. But he had a lazy eye. Like, he had one eye that was just looking way too far to the left, I guess aiming at another guy.
Awesome.
So I saw him and I was like, I can fix that with a Sharpie. And so I just like colored in his eyes so it's kind of like he's looking down, has shadows in his eyes and stuff.
Have you ever seen No Neck Electra?
Is that the one? No, I'm thinking of the Spider Woman. They got a lot of blasting.
Yeah. I can't remember what she's out of. She's an old one. Like, she's like from, back in the day when there was like Veteran and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that election? She's like, her chin goes into her cleavage?
Yes.
I'm gonna look this up.
She's bad.
It's probably one of the worst molds I've ever seen.
It's the second worst sculpt I've ever seen.
No neck Lectra?
No neck.
Yeah.
No neck.
Is she doing like like a kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has. Wow.
Yep.
This looks like Cher on a bad morning.
Yeah, she's literally the second worst sculpt I've ever seen in the game. The only shit I've seen of her is Secret Invasion Spider-Man.
Oh.
Lamppost Spidey.
Yeah.
Mixed Spidey. He's fucking terrible.
Poor guy.
It's a good figure, though, isn't
He's
it?
a beast.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so mad his sculpt is such trash, because I played to him all day. He's a monster.
He looks like he's out of a Disney cartoon.
Yeah, it looks like a Disney, it looks like a McDonald's toy.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I was gonna break it off and give it to my kids and put a real Spider-Man on the sculpt. That's the ugliest shit I've ever seen. Alright, Emma, so, would you rather wrestle an alligator or spend an entire weekend with Justin Bieber? No, you cannot tie him up or detain him. You have to spend time with the real person.
You have to bond with him.
I would let the alligator eat me. I wouldn't even wrestle him. Like, I would just stand there and be like, it's my time. And get your snack.
She said I had a good run.
Can't live forever.
This time will go out really awesome. They're going to talk about this on the news. Alright, Cody.
I'm scared.
Would you rather wrestle an alligator or spend the rest of your life in Game of Thrones?
Oh.
You mean all 15 minutes? No phone, no light, no motor car. Not a single luxury.
No head once you talk to the fucking Joffrey.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go with the alligator. Yeah. You're right. In the first recording, it was alligator or have a full Brazilian. Yeah. And I went with Brazilian because I can survive that. It's gonna hurt like hell. But I will have all of my limbs at the end of it.
Not at the end of GOT, sir.
Wow, Drew was nice. I would have been like, you get gangbanged by clowns in a clown car.
Whoa.
You gotta make these decisions real.
Like, you get stabbed in both kidneys with a rusty knife. I'm gonna go alligator.
Oh, man.
And that's why we don't let Jason do the would you rathers.
Yeah, his shit would be terrible.
Yeah. But, like, you know what? I'm not gonna go off on a Game of Thrones tangent. It's just like, if I was in Game of Thrones, I would be a poor motherfucker. And probably, like, I don't know, get killed by wildlings or something.
If I was in Game of Thrones, I would never talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Because when you speak to people, that's how you die.
Like, oh, you look... No, not talking to you.
Like, I would find a wife and a family, and I would never talk to anybody that doesn't live in my house. Ever.
I would just be that creepy guy in the corner who's always watching Khaleesi.
Oh, you mean all 5 of them?
Yeah. He's got like an army of self-contained stalkers.
Right.
Alright, Emma, so what's the first thing you do when you start to build a new team?
Well, I really like theme teams. I love theme teams and ATAs and stuff like that, and the game is really kind of starting to get away from that. Mm-hmm. But that's my core and that's what I love. So that's usually what I try to do if I can. Try to find a figure that I really like, and then find out what their keywords are that I could, come up with a good ATA and try to go from there. And if all else fails, just go and pick whatever has Pulse Wave and go on about your day. Like
Pulse Wave your faces off.
Pulse Wave never loses.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what's a good thing that ignores the entire game? Oh, Pulse Wave, that's what it's called. Let's do that.
Oh man.
Except for all the things it doesn't ignore.
Yeah, you should have been playing in a Web of Spider-Man when Pulse Wave really ignored everything in the whole game.
No.
Like, Pulse Wave back then, it ignored blocking, it ignored elevated, it ignored characters. There was no couldn't be targeted, it ignored ATAs, team abilities. It was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible.
It's not much better today, but yeah.
Yeah. They fixed a lot of it. It needs a little bit more fucking nerfing, in my personal opinion.
Yes.
But
yes.
I can't complain too much.
I think they just
would you rather see Pulse Wave get nerfed or have more ways to avoid it? Like more can't be targeted like Midnight Suns.
I'd rather see Pulse Wave get nerfed, personally.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, can't be targeted hurts all range powers.
Exactly.
Right.
I kind of like Pulse Wave the way it is, especially with all these entity powers you can't take off and stuff like that. It's like, haha, I don't give a shit about your Parallax. Pulse Wave, ho.
There's way too many characters that have it now. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore. Like, back in the day when Nova had Pulse Wave, like, okay, yeah, Nova has Pulse Wave. Totally get it. That's Nova. But now, Hank Pym has Pulse Wave. The man, not Ant-Man, the man, Hank Pym, has
the
Pulse Wave.
The guy in the lab coat.
The dude in the lab coat has Pulse Wave. Because
science. The scientist has Pulse Wave.
Exactly, because science. That's their only excuse.
Totally. Maybe it's the shockwave from when he bitch slapped Janet.
Okay, I'll go with that. That's an acceptable answer.
Maybe that's what it was.
We got 2 O's from that.
Domestic abuse is an acceptable answer.
Yeah. In that case, it is.
A lot of people...
Oh, but God forbid we have the word ass on a hero click.
Right.
What?
The kick-ass hero click, I forget what they did with it. It was like either they put exclamation point, $, ampersand or something.
Yeah.
But I know that the Chase figure was the character's name. It wasn't actually kick-ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, that's what they did. The 001 is Dave, Lazuski.
Dave Polish name.
Yes. Dave Juman, I think.
Dave Juman, nice. That's classy.
Oh, no, but then the Fast Forces was kick a $, and then, Chris D'Amico, the mother #, $star ER. Miranda Swedlow, Knight B !, #, $%. But domestic abuse is okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
No big deal.
No more.
There's a line.
There's a line. We will not cross it. Oh my god. Alright, so Cody,
what happens between a man and a woman in the safety of their own science lab is...
It's our business as soon as it happens on panel. Alright, Cody, so what's the first thing you do when you start to build a brand new team?
I pick either a piece or a group of pieces that I want to play, and build around that, build around their weaknesses to try and kind of prepare for everything I can go up against. Mm-hmm. Like, this past week, we did heroes and villains. You had to make a 300-point heroes team and 300-point villains team. And for heroes, I really wanted to play Ronin and Red Wolf. And they're both Avengers and kind of slow, charge pieces, so I thought, okay, I'll put on Manifold so he can carry them in, give my team a little speed. And then I put in Vale, who can drop Smoke Cloud, because Ronin has stealth, she has ESD, so it's like, okay, I've got stealth and 19 defense you have to shoot through, or you have to come into melee with me. Mm-hmm. So, just pick pieces I want to play and then build around them.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely a solid strategy. That's what I used to do when I was able to build teams.
Oh.
Right.
I just take the point value and take 100 points off of it, and then build around the question.
I build
this team doesn't fit around the question. Throw everybody else in the garbage.
It's not the team. It's not the question's fault. It's the rest of the team.
Yeah. They just can't hang.
Well, like, I think it was either Cody or Jason said one time, was they were just like, man, freaking rocks are easier for you because you just gotta figure out 200 points worth of your team.
Oh, man, that's great. Alright, but so, when you lose to a team, what's your strategy to improve yourself so you make sure you destroy it next time?
Spring pulse wave.
Right. That's the lesson that you take every time.
Yeah.
She takes off her hoodie the second time she plays them.
Amen. That's the first thing you do.
Take that polo off, girl.
Right. So my friend has a saying that there's nothing like a lesson bought. And what she means by that is, if you go out and you buy something and you spend money on it and it sucks, you'll never forget that. You'll keep that lesson with you. Mm-hmm. I try to keep that with HeroClix. Like, when I get a serious, just ass kicking, I try to take it with me. And I try to figure out, like, I always start with myself because I got beat. So I'm going to start with me. Like, what did I do wrong? Was it, my pieces? Was it my rolls? Was it, I couldn't do enough damage? Was it my placement? Like, what did I do wrong? And I try to start with that and see, like, what I can do better. Was it my team? Was it my team building? Like, did I just make a crappy team and just have to, bow my head and take my beating? Or, like, what did I do wrong? And then I try to see, like, what my opponent did well, that maybe I can take from. Like, one of the first guys I played at Big Bang, when I played him, his placement was amazing. And placement's something that I've been working on a lot. And so, I mean, he never messed up one time. Like, he was always just a little bit out of my reach, never moved his piece in the wrong spot, even for a second. Like, he was 100% aware of the map and the board the whole game and never messed up. And it was excellent. So, I try to put the blame on myself first because obviously I'm the loser. So, and then try to see what wisdom I can take from the person that beat me so that I can be like, all right, next time I'm wrecking you. I got your number.
Your face is mine now. All right, Cody, so when you get destroyed by somebody, what strategy do you use to come back and make sure that you get the win next time?
Usually there's just a lot of self-deprivating thoughts, and I cry a little bit and I get over it.
Fair enough.
No. Sometimes it's bad matchups or dice. I'm trying to break myself of the superstition of bad dice, like, you'll see somebody roll 2 or 3 crit misses and switch out dice, and I try to suck it up, and usually that is bad for me, but oh well. And if it doesn't, like, I don't know. Here's what happened. I was playing someone, and I crit missed, like, for the 3rd time in the game. And they're just like, why don't you switch dice, man? I'm like, cause it doesn't matter. I reach over, pick up a completely different set of dice, roll a crit miss.
Oh.
And at that point, I'm just like, you know what? It's not the dice. It's just not meant for me to win. But, if it doesn't come down to bad matchups or, just bad dice, I try to look and see if it's either, something I did wrong, a bad placement, or just like, pushing when or not pushing when I should have, or not pushing when I did. Does that make sense?
Right.
Or if, maybe a lot of times it's they did something I didn't expect them to do, and, maybe pay more attention to what they're doing and what their options are and preparing for that. Cause you have to play, it's better to know what's coming, because then, like if you count out their range, and then you move like 2 squares out of it so they can't hit you, and then suddenly they're TKing their guy up and you get shot for 8 damage, that's on you. You should have noticed that they have TK.
Right.
So, paying closer attention sometimes helps,
yeah,
I guess.
that can definitely happen. Like, I've been playing Jason for 5 years and he always catches me on some shit I'm just not paying attention to, and then there goes my face.
Yeah.
I was really digging that beard too, you son of a bitch. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. It sucks sometimes. Alright, Emma, greatest Power Ranger of all time. Go.
I have to go with green. Like, there's just no other answer.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't know if there is another color out there.
It's
like,
not one worthwhile, unless you go with
right?
white.
Yeah.
Green and white are interchangeably acceptable options. Yeah, because the Power Ranger fans will come and find you, and they'll fuck your shit up.
Jason David Frank will come and find you.
He'll be like, I'm not your favorite, huh?
Right.
You watch
Get in the cage.
Downs where I killed Scorpion and Ryu? You don't stand a chance. Like, fuck.
Your tank top can't save you now.
I know. I would have no hope.
He's like, I made out with Kimberly, you're nothing.
It's like, would you rather wrestle an alligator or fight the Green Ranger?
Oh, give me the alligator every time.
Yeah.
Right?
At least it's not going to beat my ass. It'll just kill me and put me out of my misery.
We'll put you in the hospital for 3 months.
Right. Crikey, he's mad. Alright, Cody, best Power Ranger of all time. Go.
It's gotta be Japanese Spider-Man.
Japanese Spider-Man. God.
The original, Power Ranger. If you guys do not know what Japanese Spider-Man is, do a quick Google search. I think the whole series is on YouTube. I've watched the first episode, and if you love just bad Japanese television, you'll love this. Yeah. He gains his powers from, it's really more of a Superman backstory than Spider-Man, but he gains his powers from some, last of his species alien, and that gives him the ability to summon a giant mech and fight all these Power Ranger-esque monsters. And it was the show that started the whole Sentai kaiju monster fighting.
Yeah,
series.
It was really funny. It was pretty old. Have you read Ready Player One?
No, but I need to.
Yeah, you do. First of all, It's a fucking amazing book. So anybody out there who likes video games, read this book. Even if you don't read, just fucking read it. You'll thank me.
The audiobook.
If you can't read,
learn to read. That should be your first goal. If you do not know how to read, please put this podcast down, go learn to read, and come back. We will wait.
First of all, if you can't read, why are you playing Clixed?
Yeah.
Giant glutton for punishment.
I'm gonna use plus a wave.
I'm gonna use spot run. And also, if anybody out there learns to read because we inspired you, please.
Did someone just snort?
Message us and let us know.
That was me.
I love the idea of an illiterate HeroClix player.
I do know.
We broke him up.
I do legitimately know a colorblind HeroClix player.
See, one of the guys that works at Big Bang, he's colorblind, and we try to teach all of the Big Bang employees to play, so that way they'd have a better understanding to sell the product. And the whole time, I didn't know that he was colorblind. But kudos to anyone who is colorblind and can play HeroClix.
Yeah, you're a beast.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I asked about Ready Player One is the main character in the game that they're playing gets the giant mecha from Japanese Spider-Man.
Leopardon.
Yeah, he gets Leopardon, and it's fucking awesome.
I will never play in Worlds, but if I win Worlds, Leopardon Colossal might be the figure I make.
I'm playing Worlds next year, and WizKids is gonna hate me for it, but it's fine.
Me and David joked about a Damian Wayne and Batcow figure. And it had special cow patty terrain markers. Like they dealt penetrating poison if you were adjacent to them. And
Cody,
what?
Tell him the name of his transporter ability.
Damian Wayne and Batcow can use move and attack. I'll leave. I'm sorry.
Jason was silently like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I felt his stare through the voice chat.
Now I was supposed to play on Team Worlds with you guys that year, but I got married, so I couldn't come.
Oh, you had a life and a wife and all types of shit.
Huge mistake, bro.
It's okay. I can't math and got DQ'd round 2.
Oh,
That was the sealed, wasn't it?
What was that?
That was the sealed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't math, and neither can the guy who checked my team build or the guy I played in round 1. But I built 10 points over.
Oh.
Because math is hard. The guy I played second round.
You forgot to carry that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they let the other
WizKids
two guys
loves to
play.
DQ. The only year I ever tried to play Worlds, somebody at my table, didn't get signed off. We were in the second round, somebody at my table didn't get signed off in the first round, and Brian Rubb DQ'd our entire table.
Wow.
Yeah. Guy's a dick. I'm glad he got fired. Good job, Jerry.
Yeah, good thing he got the ban hammer, right, guys?
I mean, it made me so mad. My goal in life now is to go make a mockery of Worlds so that nobody takes it seriously anymore. So you watch 2016, I'm gonna go to Worlds, I'm playing Grasshopper Green Power Battery, and that's it. And my dice are with me, I'm gonna make a mockery of the entire tournament.
Hey, it can happen. Stranger things have happened.
And I was talking to Luke about it, and he was like, they're gonna copycat your Grasshopper. And I was like, that's fine. If he doesn't have action tokens, I'm just gonna put the nurse on copycat, regen and get him back, and max jump the fuck off the mat first turn anyway.
That's what
Nobody's ever going to attack me.
You did this to us, WizKids.
Yeah, you might as well just go on and hand it over, because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it at Nationals, I'm gonna do it at Worlds, I'm gonna do it every year until it's no longer a viable possibility.
It's like...
And you made it a viable possibility for 2 more years by adding Sandman to the mix. So it's fine.
I just don't understand, if WizKids can't look at the stuff they put out before they put it out.
There's no way.
Spiral? How did that get through anything?
That was ridiculous.
Casual players that have been playing for a couple of weeks looked at that as wait, I can do what?
Yeah. It was the same thing with team bases when they first came out, and I was like, wait, they get action for every 100 points? And the Justice League is 600 points? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was telling somebody the other day that I want a job as a consultant for all these companies. Recently PacSun released that, shirt with the American flag upside down, and, people were flipping over it. And I'm like, who the hell was not in that room whenever they were approving their new, line, and was like, yeah, people are probably gonna flip out about this. It's a really bad idea.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or hey, this Spiral piece, yeah, you guys should probably either change her or errata her immediately.
Or maybe play test 1 game before you put her
right.
Well,
but I mean, I could make a living consulting for companies just so they don't do stupid shit like that.
Here's another thing, and prequel to bitching about Brother Voodoo.
Oh, it's coming.
So, Amazing Spider-Man came out before Wolverine the X-Men.
Right.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man had, Brother Voodoo. Now his mind control power reads if he has exactly 1 action token, he can use mind control as a free action.
Yeah,
now, yeah. The action token it says exactly 1 action token. You jump ahead to Wolverine the X-Men that came out later that year, and Phantom X, it says, it's something along the lines of if he has 1 action token.
Yep.
Yeah, if he has 1 action token and no friendly character named Eva on your force, he can make an Eva.
But not exactly 1. So maybe kind of 1?
But they errated it to where it's exactly 1. Why the fuck didn't they just print that on the card? It just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's WizKids. Hashtag WizKids. Hashtag WizKids.
Just WizKid things.
Yeah. That's the new Facebook group. We're going to make that tonight.
Yeah.
Just WizKid things. So keep your eye out. That's going to be great.
I was actually talking about this the other day, and I think that the people who make the clicks don't play the game at all. I think that they don't even know
There's no way.
Look at the red battery. Someone thought that was going to work with the whole giant reach thing.
Oh, giant reach poison?
Poison giant reach?
Yeah.
And it should, but it doesn't.
Or
it should have at least been worded so that it does work.
Right.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. I got on AC Realms because, admittedly, I was way behind. I was 5 days behind putting last week's episode up on the Realms. And I got on there, and today I saw there's a new podcast that they put on the Realms. And it's called Thanks WizKids. And the username is Thanks WizKids. And I haven't listened to this yet. But for the first time since I listened to the Quarry when Dave was on it, I'm going to listen to this podcast. Because I need to know if they're just as sarcastic and hateful as me, or if they're the only person in life that is legitimately grateful to WizKids for decisions.
Oh, thank you, WizKids.
Right? I need to know if he's that guy.
And also,
either one of those are gonna be funny.
If they really are making fun of WizKids, did they get it from us?
They may have, because I don't know about these other podcasts, but we burn WizKids to the ground every week.
Yeah.
You fuckers deserve it.
Hey,
Right.
Since we're actually on the podcast, WizKids is the FIFA of the gaming community.
That's true.
It had a lot more laughs earlier, pre-show.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you guys are laughing at home.
early, but you guys are laughing, and I know you are.
Yeah.
So why are they the FIFA of the gaming community?
Because they're just a terrible company, and they don't think about what they do. Granted, as far as I know, they don't use slave labor to make their clicks. But it's not like comparing someone to Hitler when all they did was like steal something, you know? Well, no, it is. It is like that.
It's not like that, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's not to scale. Like, you know, WizKids is not as powerful as FIFA, so they can't get away with the stuff FIFA does. But they're they're doing what they can. It's like, I was telling these guys earlier, so D&D Attack Wing, they had their OP event, and at the end there was a big colossal figure like the Serpent or the Batcave or Thanos, and they gave it away for month 6, but they didn't give it away. If you won the month, whatever their month 6 was, month 8, whatever, if you won that, you became eligible to buy this colossal figure.
That's so stupid.
Like, not at a discount price, like, sticker value, it was like $60 or $70. And it's like, okay, you pay for all these events, and then you can pay us more money if you want. It's just...
Anybody who's heard me complain about WizKids has heard me complain that WizKids makes every single decision they make is not for the betterment of their product or the convenience of their customers or anything to bring more customers in. It is 100% for the dollars.
Yeah.
And I understand that as a company you want to build to make money, but you also have to build for other shit too.
You have to establish, well, I mean, they have. We will buy everything WizKids poops out.
No, I will buy every HeroClix WizKids poops out. I'm not going to buy any of their other products.
That's what I mean.
Well, I'll buy HeroClix because I'm already established in Clix and I like the game. But the problem is WizKids is bad enough as a company that I won't get into any of their other products because I know how they are as a company.
Oh, did you hear about the Dice Masters debacle?
I did not.
They immensely short printed the first starter set of that. And I don't know why WizKids doesn't reprint stuff, but those went from like a $15 starter set to a $60 to $80 starter set on the secondary market.
Oh.
And you couldn't play without the starter set because it had these dice that were like your basic die that you needed to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did end up like releasing a PDF where like you can proxy in regular D6s, but it was still just ridiculous.
What'd you say?
That's why I don't play that game, because I couldn't get a starter.
I mean, I don't play that game because it's WizKids, I'll be honest with you. And
it's not a bad game, but it is.
I'm sure it's a fine game, but you already explained it's a really new game in the scheme of WizKids.
It is.
And they already have this like their first traumatic error.
Yeah.
and
week
and
1.
It's new. Like when they make traumatic errors in Clix, it's one thing. Clix is 13 years old.
It happens, every month. We're used to it.
Yeah, at this point, we've come to expect all these humongous errors, and it's just WizKids being WizKids, just WizKids.
Mm-hmm.
But the issues with Clix, the HeroClix issues are more so imbalancing game issues, not so much like, oh, well, this set is no longer to be bought. You can't find it anywhere. It's just done. That's not issues that we have with HeroClix. We just
we have completely separate issues with HeroClix.
They're completely different issues.
Yeah, our issues with HeroClix are like Felix Foss. Don't worry, we'll get to that at some point, maybe not this episode. But we have an 80-point character who can shut down entire teams based on how he rolls a d20.
Mm-hmm.
That's a free action. You can't move. Fuck you.
It's like he can take down that Serpent or Thanos, Oops, you can't move.
And I'm like, 80 points though? My problem with WizKids is they build meta, and they don't think about the ramifications these specific little pieces have on the grander game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm personally a casual player. I play meta because I have to play meta if I ever want to fucking play this game. But I prefer casual play. Like, I'd love 400 or 500 silver with a bunch of fucking short-ass, low-point Avengers pieces. I love those types of games. But if I show up at a venue with like a 500-point Thunderbolts team led by Hawkeye, I'm gonna get my intestines pulled out. Wrapped around my throat. Meta has, in my opinion, done so much damage to the casual game that the casual game doesn't exist if you have any competitive players in your venue.
Absolutely.
I agree with you only in the sense that, like, I am one of those competitive players, and when I go to build casual teams, I'll remember stuff that I built competitively, and like, oh, well, I could just add 300 more points on this, and then you get something that's not fun to play against.
That's how it was when we started playing meta at Big Bang. Like, we played that first Rock, we practiced, and we all did pretty well, except David, who just rolled bad. Sorry. Well, like, some guy played the exact same team as him and made top 16.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But my thing is, like, whenever people are like, tell me they did bad at a Rock, like, we had a local guy play, and, he didn't do really well. And I'm just like, dude, I got 28th at my first Rock. Yeah. I was like, so don't feel so bad, cause, I do alright now.
On the other side of the coin, I got 4th at my first Rock, and it's been downhill since.
Oh, I didn't even place in my first Rock, I don't think. Cause I was at the first Rock, the one they had in Columbus in 2012. And me and Jason played the exact same team and begun that Rock tradition of I played Jason in the first round. Now, that hasn't happened in a while, but there for like our first 6 or 7 Rocks, I played Jason first every single Rock. And the only time I stood a chance was the first time, and my dice just went to sleep. And every time after that, he's played some ultra stupid, ridiculous shit that ripped my face off in 4 rounds.
Sorry.
So,
and like,
you're not sorry. Shut the fuck up.
He's sorry that it happened.
He's sorry that it happened to me, but he's not sorry he did it.
Yeah. But like, when we played in that first Rock, like those next couple of months, it was just like, we couldn't turn it off, like, we played 500 points, and like Jason said, it would just be like, okay, here's a 300-point team, but I could put 200 more points in it,
Yeah.
And it just, like, nobody was having fun. We were all getting mad at each other every week, and that's when we just had to be like, okay, guys, we're gonna have Rock nights, we're gonna have fun nights. Right. And we even have a joking, slap on the wrist, like, oh, that team's a fun foul. Like, cause we just like, okay, we wanna have fun nights, so if it's something that isn't fun to play against, it's a fun foul. So.
Yeah, there was like one point where our entire venue wanted to like tar and feather Jason. Cause he was playing fucking ass rapery all the time. And we were like, we just want to play.
Like meta stuff. I gotta take a break to turn it off. Like turn the meta off. You just gotta take a break. Step away for a little bit.
Yes. What do you think, Dave? You think the meta is having a major impact on the casual game or what?
I mean, yeah, especially like, oh God, I think I went to like 7 Rocks last year. So everything to me was meta and what am I playing between the meta? Like, it got to the point where we were doing no tactics games and they became, oh, I have 500 points. I told Cody and everybody, this is basically just open tryouts.
And it was so irritating too.
Yeah, to see who's gonna make my no tactics Rock team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 500 points, you all get a shot, let's see how you work, But like I said, our venue's got a lot better. Cody was telling you most of it is, we've gotten a lot better and like, listen, this is a fun night. You bring fun stuff, don't bring freaking crazy meta combos. I don't want to see these pieces running around, things like that. But you gotta
Dave.
You gotta do the control to where you're not limiting it too much. But, you gotta do like a gentleman's agreement to where don't bring in head freaking teams we're trying to have a good time. Cause our play group, I'd say we got a really tight play group.
The funny part is when people don't see the Facebook events and they just show up with garbage.
Oh, those poor bastards.
I can't play Super Scroll tonight.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, it's 300-point villains. He's a villain. Well, why can't I play him?
Right. And subterfuge legs.
Alright, so you're kind of at a newer venue. I mean, what do you think? Is the meta affecting the casual play there?
It definitely is. We have been gearing up for Big Bang so much recently and stuff that we've really been pushing each other to step it up and be more competitive. And so it's kind of had a negative effect now. We're getting a little more irritated with each other. And now that Big Bang's done with your rock, like we're kind of trying to step back and be like, okay, like let's do some no tactic nights, like let's get away from some batteries and stuff like that, like chill out some. The whole way that I started playing the game is we just had friends when we lived in Texas who played. We didn't have a venue to play at. And so we just kind of fell in love with it so much that we actually hosted HeroClix games at our house. Every Saturday. I mean, every Saturday. Play starting at like noon, 1 o'clock, play till 2 and 3 in the morning. And
jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a lot of clicks. That's like a whole rock.
Yeah, that's like a whole rock, or like Dave's 16-hour adventure of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We didn't have a venue to play at, so we were just playing for fun, and we would do most nights, there would be 7 people wanting to play, and so instead of having people standing around waiting to play because we're all crammed into a house, we just stuck 2 maps together and 7 people played at the same time,
Man.
just giant battle royales, and you pick random things like, oh, well, let's do 300 points, let's do 1,000 points, whatever. And we would do teams sometimes, stuff like that. So I came from a very casual setting and play mindset that it's been interesting to see the competitive side, and I'm glad that we're trying to get back to the more casual side, because that's how I like to play. I like to play meta, and I like to play competitive because I am a competitive person, but I don't want to take the fun out of the game, because it is a game, and the definition of a game is to have fun, so.
Right. That was like, I don't know if anybody else has gone through this, but there's just like, you have one bad night and you're like, oh man, I'm done with clicks, I want to quit, And for me, all my friends would argue, oh man, you shouldn't quit, like, all this, and I'm just like, it's a game, and I'm not having fun with it anymore, why should I continue playing?
Right.
Right. I think a big thing what happened is when it was a big detriment to the fun of the game when Howard, and I love Rock, but when Howard switched to making Rock like full time. Like there's no off season for Rock anymore. It's just there constantly.
Well, personally, I like that because I like to keep myself sharp. So I always have something to practice for.
I mean, that's fine, but you go back to Combat World and you tell Ben why it's okay for you to be in meta mode 24 hours a day.
I mean, I like it too, dude. I love the Rock. I mean, I wouldn't have met all you guys except Cody without it. I mean,
oh no, I agree.
I'm
not saying that Rock going full year is a bad thing. I'm saying it had as a side effect, had a detrimental effect on the casual game, because now all the people who do play meta are in meta mode all year long.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think it's not nearly as bad right now as it was like last year. Because last year, Big Bang had theirs in March, and then Richmond had one in May, and then Richmond had another in June, and freaking Lexington and Evansville had one in July each, and then Big Bang had another one in August. And that's not happening. Yeah, plus I went to Gen Con. Plus I was at Origins. I mean, so like everything I did was freaking 300 Modern and Meta, and like this year I've been to one in January, up by Cincinnati where you guys were, and then we had one at Big Bang, and that's it. And like, I don't have to go to 7 or 8 a year to be happy. I think, 2, 3, maybe 4 is perfectly fine with me.
And I've noticed, David, since you've, like, from last year, you're a lot better at, casual play. You can turn the meta off. And I think, like, that's a stage everyone has to get to, I guess. Like, you play straight meta for that first rock or two, and then you have the phase where you can't turn it off and you kind of learn to control it, I guess. It's starting to sound like a friggin' superpower.
It's like turning down the whole rage.
Yeah, it's like, you kind of have to learn to keep that green monster inside.
Yeah, and I think Jeremy, one of our new guys, was talking about how, he's like, oh man, I don't feel like I'm any good, compared to some of you guys. And I was like, dude, I didn't even know that I was any good until I won a freaking rock.
I gotta give a shout out to Jeremy though. He's become a lot better since he started playing.
He is, and Luke at our venue.
Luke is scary. Like
he came there week like his second week there, and he's like running these meta ideas by me and Cody and Jason and Kyle, and we're just like, oh my god,
so what's going to happen?
A monster.
Is
he's 2 weeks in.
Luke's going to come out of nowhere and win a rock, and you guys are going to be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like,
and we're going to be like, we saw it coming.
I'm not going to be like, who the fuck is this guy? I hear stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, for us, Jordan Laws at Comic Book World.
Speaking of Luke.
Different Luke? Same Luke?
No, speaking of our Luke, he wanted to, he was like, hey, you know, he practiced with his potential team for states. And then he's like, hey, David, I got 2 teams for states, and since you got the bye, because I did terrible Thursday night. And, he's like, do you want to run one of them? And I was like, sure, you know, so I ran the team that he's wanting to possibly play, which was a Thane power plant team. And like, I did 10 clicks in 1 attack with his Thane.
And Thane is probably his favorite piece right now. Like, yeah. Even outside of meta, he's crazy about Inhumans.
Oh yeah. And I mean, he was just like, wow, he's just like, okay, I really like how you run that team. Cause I guess he was trying to run it a little bit different. And I was, you know, but I mean, I've never done 10 clicks in 1 attack. That was pretty freaking nuts, dude. And, you might say it was insane.
That was the one we were saving for this.
Yeah.
Man, Thursday night we were just, you know, bullshitting around, and me and David kept going, man, we need to say that on the podcast. That's funny as hell.
Mission accomplished.
But like, one thing, this is probably just more personal, like, at our venue right now, Thursday nights when we play, and when we played Thursday night, we had basically 2 events going. We had half of our players were playing the format of the week, and everybody else was practicing for states, and I kind of didn't like that, because, like, Kyle Cooney, you guys had him on the show, you guys know who he is, I'm saying that for people at home. Like, he didn't do too hot at our last rock, and he's in, like, super meta mode, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna get to play Clixed with him for a month. That's cool.
Right. Yeah, that happens.
And it sucks though, cause like, you know, he was there Thursday night, and I hadn't seen him since the rock, and we maybe said, like, 2 things to each other, you know, just cause we were at different tables.
Yeah. Yeah, the worst part is like, when Rock had its off season, when it was like this off season between the seasons, you could tell that Rock season was starting back up, because Jason would play like 4 or 5 weird teams with the same 1 piece on all of them. And I'm like, fucking testing this bitch for Rock, aren't you? And he was like, maybe. I'm like, maybe commit to an answer, bitch. Fuck.
Depends. You gonna post on the realms if I say I am?
Right. Like, I don't even get on the realms. There's too much crying for me. You're safe. Is it for your fucking Rock team?
Yeah, I was listening to your guys' older episodes. You kept announcing yourself with your Rock or your HC Realms tag, and I'm like, are they gonna want to say mine? Because I never post on there. Like, I have one, but I don't think I've ever posted.
I only post podcasts, and if you go to my blog when I make my podcast posts, if you go look at my blog, it's all custom HeroClix dials for all the guys in Midwest Rock.
That's cool. Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
I think I'm on there.
I'm 3 short. You have another dial coming. No, I think yours is done actually. But I need I think 2 or 3 more pieces for our quote unquote Midwest Rock set that we were making.
Like, are they just empty slots? We need people.
No, we have the list, like the full
list.
Just
gotta design the dials.
I just have to I have to sit down and finish the dials.
Right.
I know who the chase is. The chase is the one we didn't announce. I know who the chase is, and it's gonna be hilarious. So whenever I post that up, anybody listening, feel free to go to my blog and check out all the Midwest dials I made for everybody. All the Flavor Storm, most of the Flavor Storm people are broken. I'm broken. Dave is super broken. Jason is super duper broken.
I'm fun. You can play me on a casual night.
Yeah, he's fun.
I mean, you're not gonna win any rocks with me.
Maybe, I don't know. You play like Freddie Freeman and Cody and...
That sounds like a dream team.
Like a Captain Marvel Prime make the Scarlet Witch from Chaos War.
Yeah.
Dude, I know nothing of Freddie Freeman other than he obviously has Shazam powers, but I'd hang out with that dude.
I like anybody willing to rock a baby blue tunic.
Yeah, man, you know not to fuck with him.
Yeah, he's had lots of years of experience whooping your ass.
It's like, you know, Punisher started out with knee-high go-go boots. You don't mess with him.
No, because he will shoot you in the head.
Or he will smash your skull with those go-go boots.
And wouldn't that make you feel bad?
Well, it'd make you feel dead.
Yeah, but
you wouldn't feel anything.
Right before you die, you realize that you're going to get stomped to death with knee-high go-go boots.
All you see is that heel.
Man, every time you say knee-high go-go boots, it reminds me of my ex-wife.
Well, we'll stop saying it.
I feel like there's a story that needs to be told there, but I'm not going to dig.
Give him PTSD.
What?
What, Jason?
PTSD.
PTSD.
Not quite.
So Dave was a Marine, and he came out of that just fine, but his marriage gave him post-traumatic stress disorder.
But the go-go boots.
I'm about to crawl under the table.
Not again. Not again.
Not the go-go boots.
Not the boots.
Everything was that. Alright guys, speaking of meta, alright, so a humongous portion of the meta is resources. I don't know about everybody else, but I was playing before resources were a thing. I distinctly remember when I came back I took about a year hiatus because I had no money and no access to Clixed. And I came to Jason's house, and I don't remember what piece you put down, but I remember you put down the motherfucking Infinity Gauntlet. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I learned the hard way exactly what the fuck that was.
Now, did he have all 6 gems on it?
Of course he did.
You poor son of a bitch.
This is Jason.
I remember playing through that, and we had months 1 through 5 where nobody had the completed gauntlet. It's like, oh, that's kind of harsh, And then they got the 6th one, and it's like, Jesus Christ, what have they done with this game?
Well, see, I started playing before there were resources, and to me, feats and battlefield conditions were way worse.
I agree. I've read some of those, and they're ridiculous.
Oh,
That's what I was about to say whenever Drew called on. Yeah, I was about to say, resources are, they're pretty tough, but those freaking feats and stuff. Cause, I started playing right at the beginning of Infinity Gauntlet, but I've seen some of the feats. And it's like, dude, those are the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started playing as feats were going out, thank Jesus. But I have been Nova Blasted by Dr. Doom before, so I know the pain that comes from feats. They're way worse than resources because there's nothing that you can really fucking do. Like the first time you hit a Superman with a 6 damage heavy item exploit weakness and he just fucking takes an action token.
Yeah.
Cause he's got protected. It makes you want to punch that fucking player in the face. Real bad.
What's Emma?
Huh?
What?
What's Emma?
I didn't get that, Dave.
He said, what does Emma say?
Emma?
Oh, resources?
Yeah. How you feel about resources?
I started playing the game before there were really resources. Like I said, we didn't have a venue to play at, so like how we got an Infinity Gauntlet is buying it online. So that was our first introduction into resources, and we were like, wow, this is crazy. This thing changes the game just an unbelievably amount. So we didn't play with it very much, just because we didn't feel like it was very fair. But now with all the resources, it's just, it hurts my brain. Like, it really does.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me sad because I miss those days where it's just click on click, like, this is what I've got. This is what,
yeah.
Like, I miss those days. It slows the game down so much.
I feel like it also has a big effect on skill levels of players. Yeah. Like, a lot of the times in older games, I felt more challenged. I feel like now teams are built around, I want this character with this resource. So there's a half your build immediately, and then they're building other things, but they have to have that resource or they can't build that team.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, but that is people are trying to play figures that are normally unplayable. People are like, man, if this figure only had a better range, I can play him.
No, motherfucker. Like, I'm talking about people who play Bizarros and shit like that. Those are the people I'm talking about, that resources have had a detrimental effect on the skill level of the player. Because Bizarro is plenty playable by himself, just as Dial. He's not Ultra, but if you put an Infinity Gauntlet on him, now he becomes Ultra.
Whenever,
go ahead.
Whenever Book of the Skull came out, it was like, give him a hammer became a catchphrase, you know? Like, if a piece came out that didn't have top dial running shots, like, oh, give him a hammer, you know?
Yeah.
Or top dial charge, give him a hammer.
Right.
Now, resources on secondary characters, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you already have a piece who is hugely playable and you have to put a resource on him to make him like competitive for you, I feel like that's because you're using the resource as a crutch for a lack of experience or lack of skill that you could have developed by fighting. And go get your ass beat a couple times. You'll learn what to not do.
We had this one guy at our venue. He doesn't play anymore, but there was one night, I don't remember what the build was, but like it was it was mid-fear itself, and I was rocking Chaos War Ares just because I love that figure.
Oh, that's mean, Cody.
What, playing him? Oh no, I didn't have
just a book. Ares with a hammer.
I didn't give him a book. I was not playing with the resource.
Oh, okay.
The other guy was. He was playing with Book of the Skull, dropped a hammer on Red She-Hulk, you guys know the one, and just ruined one of my pieces, and like, it was just like, oh, that's cool, you're playing a resource and I'm not, we'll just keep that in mind. But he just brought it up all the time that he beat me that game, and it's like, yeah, but you had a gun and I had, a stick.
It was just you just had your bare fists.
Yeah. Especially with resources like the Book of the Skulls. Like, at least with the Bat Belt, which I will forever think is underpointed for all the utility they give you, but
I can agree with that.
With things like the Utility Belt and things like the Infinity Gauntlet, at least it's like on one character. So I could come deal with that character and it's fine. At this point, and the batteries are even worse. That goes to your whole team, and if I kill your character, I don't even score the points for your construct. It goes back on to go to somebody else.
You get it back.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. And now the ID cards with the Avengers round table, I don't even know what the fuck all that does yet. I haven't looked at any of that, but I think it's going to be interesting.
I think with the Infinity Gauntlet and the Utility Belt, it was kind of like them testing the waters, like, okay, this is ridiculous, but let's see what happens. Which is, I think, WizKid's, mission statement.
Will they buy?
Yeah. This'll make us money. But if you look back if you compare those resources to what's out now, the Infinity Gauntlet is ridiculously overpriced to an extent. I mean, compared to some other things you can get for 60 points, especially in meta, and it's not, as good as it was. Yeah. And then the Utility Belt is super undercosted. But then after that it was it Phoenix? It was Book of the Skull.
Book of the Skulls was next.
Yeah, Book of the Skull, Phoenix Force, and the batteries, they're a little more balanced point-wise. Power Plant. I'm sorry. Man, I'm gonna get hate posts on my Facebook from Luke Grace now.
I can't believe you forgot the greatest resource of all time.
I want to say this just for Luke Grace. I got a power plant. I set it on my end table, and it's been sitting there since I got it. I've never played it.
Wasting it, Luke.
Yeah. Well, I still don't even have all 10 rings. I'm missing 3 of them.
I have one ring.
Which one?
Oh man, can I tell a quick Luke story?
I got it because I won the power plant at my local bank.
Oh yeah.
And it came with a disintegration ring. And I remember Jason was mad as fuck because he was like, if I knew it would have come with a ring, I would have got it. Fuck.
Can I tell a Luke story?
Go ahead, I love it.
He almost did not let Emma into the Midwest Rock group because the language was too salty.
Oh.
I remember we made fun of him forever because of that.
I was just floored. I was 100% floored. I was like, really? Really?
It's like, oh, nobody let Emma on a train because it goes too fast and she'll burst into flames.
It was funny because she posted and she was like, apparently Luke thinks I can't handle cuss words because he's a bitch. I was like, what?
I believe her exact words were something about the gaping hole where a power plant used to be in his ass.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
There were not enough.
It's cool, Luke. She can hang.
There is no way you could put enough curse words in that post and it'd be just type them all out, copy paste, and it just would never be enough.
It was super funny because I hadn't been added, but my husband had, and I saw him on Facebook, getting ready to post something on there. So then I was like, I haven't been added to the group yet. And he's like, oh, I'll try to add you real quick. And it said that you can't add a banned person back to the group. And I was like, that's weird. And so he messaged somebody, I don't even remember who it was, and he was like, hey.
It was me.
Was it? He was like,
yeah.
Hey, Emma accidentally got banned instead of added. Can we add her? And then I guess she didn't respond, and so he messaged Luke, and he was like, hey, Emma accidentally got banned instead of added. Can we add her? And then he said that, and I was like, really?
Now it's important to remember, Luke is like,
I was
like 17 or something.
Well, I understand he's trying to, like, I don't know, like, don't spit in front of women, open the door for them and stuff like that, but, like, at the same time, he's like, oh, the language is kind of bad in there. I was like, well, how about you add her? And if she thinks it's that bad, she'll just leave the damn group on her own.
It's like that, or we could tone down the language if that's an issue.
Right? It's just...
No, the fuck we can't.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
That's true. That was partially sarcastic.
I'm fucking leaving the group if you tone it down.
No, we're not. You're in. Like,
we'll never tone it down ever.
Wait,
You know what even apparently Luke is leaving the group.
I heard.
This is for everybody listening, this is a group on Facebook. If you're not from the West Coast or you're not from the East Coast, feel free to find us and join. It's awesome. We're great.
Not that we dislike anyone from the West Coast.
No, it's not that we dislike
you're
it, but you're
technically not in the Midwest.
It is the Midwest rock. There is one requirement.
There's literally one. Apparently there were two. You had to also have a penis, but we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
So, it's an awesome group. It's probably my favorite group on Facebook. But we will never, even after Luke says he's retiring from Clixed after Worlds, Luke's the one that founded the group. But even after he leaves, I will never stop making jokes about him riding a power plant in his anus forever. That is the thing.
With the rings attached.
With the rings attached. He doesn't even take them out. To what?
I said it's gotta be ribbed for his pleasure.
Right. Oh, she won that one. She won that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder, what are the positions of the rings, or does he not use them? Like, does he go bare power plant, or does he put the rings on a certain order? And if so, what is the order?
I'm sure he mixes it up, so it's different.
I'll get him on the show one more time before he retires out.
Okay, because I want to know that position, because if I ever play my power plant, I want them in that position. Right. Apparently that's the most effective way.
All you gotta
I'm sure he changes it up, so it's never the same.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All you gotta
do a different experience every time.
Paint a brown ring at the bottom. Just be like,
just paint the base brown and put like streaks down it.
Wow.
Once I got added, everyone was like sending me messages. They were like, you have to get on there and you have to wreck him. Like, you have to say something terrible and ridiculous. And
I didn't know that he banned you, or I would have messaged you and been like, you fucking rip his soul apart. Rip his soul apart. You leave the pieces on the ground. It's gonna be great.
You spit on him.
Get going. Like, we're a loving group in Midwest Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We talk more crap than that HeroClix Smack Talk group or whatever.
Yeah, that group is a joke next to us. So they're free to come to our page and try to shit talk, and we'll just destroy them real fast.
Since you guys said we don't want to tone down the language, I just posted fuck on the Midwest Rock and tagged you guys in it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Only the people that listen to this podcast will understand that. Everyone else will think I have internet Tourette's.
Which is exactly as awesome.
Yeah.
How in my post and everything when I got added, like I'm pretty sure that Urban Dictionary's page like got like 1 million hits.
Oh, that. I hate you for that.
Oh, was that the pizza? The Chicago something? I didn't look it up. I'm not
Chicago
going to.
Steamer.
Yeah.
Chicago Waffles.
Chicago Waffles. Right. It was
guys. Another podcast I listen to. This is getting a little off topic. They play this game called Sex Act or Racehorse. And they take either actual racehorses registered with the American Thoroughbred Society and sex acts from UrbanDictionary.com, and you have to guess what it is.
That would be near impossible.
It's hilarious.
That's ridiculous. Alright, so getting back to topic. So a lot of times we see these pieces come out and they get previewed. And, you know, like Spiral before she got fixed. We were like, oh, that bitch is meta. Fuck.
I mean, it was the game.
Yeah. So, what I want to go over is pieces that we looked at and we were like, oh god, this is going to be horrible. And then they just never had their time to be meta. They were supposed to be meta in your head and it just never happened. So Dave, what kind of pieces did you think were going to get their chance and never did?
Oh, I mean, whenever I saw that we were talking about this, I thought we were going to talk about like pieces, you know, that we wanted to make meta. I don't know. There's some stuff I wanted to make meta.
You misinterpreted the question.
I did. I misinterpreted the question. There were pieces that I wanted to make meta, and I never really got the chance, because, you know, I was talking to Cody about this earlier, and I was just like, you know, there's some pieces, there's just like, man, this piece is really good, but it needs an entity to really not be squishy, and then it needs a good resource, and then you realize by the time you've invested another, 50 points into this piece, you could probably just put another piece on the team that would fit it better. But, I liked White Lantern Kyle Rayner a lot. I thought he was gonna be really cool because, he's got that one ability where if anybody in his team within like 6 squares, uses, standard, power, that he can use that standard power as long as it requires an action. So if they do running shot pulse wave, ta-da, Kyle Rayner's got running shot pulse wave. I actually thought during no tactics of throwing a 25-point Bizarro on my team just to act as like a pseudo resource, for White Lantern Kyle Rayner. So like if I roll, just to give him powers, because it's like, oh hey, guess what? Bizarro's within 6 squares of Kyle Rayner. He's gonna go ahead and hypersonic and go punch this wall. Oh now Kyle Rayner has hypersonic speed. Oh look, Bizarro's gonna sidestep, so Kyle Rayner can sidestep. Bizarro's gonna range combat expert, so Kyle Rayner's gonna range combat expert. And I really thought about doing that for a while, but at his point cost, which is like 112 or whatever, like there was just, I could run a question there.
Yeah. We know
Dave,
how
I remember
Dave feels about question.
Dave, you got the biggest boner for that piece when it came out.
The White
Lantern Kyle Rayner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bought him off somebody before freaking Warlight even had been released.
You just had to have that piece.
Venue.
There was a piece from Warlight that I was going after too, so I don't blame him.
It is a cool piece.
Yeah, he's very cool. I like him a lot. I still want to try to run Cheshire. I think that piece is good. The new one, the LE.
Oh yeah.
It shows how much I keep up with meta. I didn't know that wasn't meta. Like, I thought that was OP.
Well, she is, like, freaking, the Canadian freaking regional.
Oh,
she was on the winning team. She was on the winning team there. Mm-hmm. But I've been wanting to make a build with her. And, I don't know, there were a lot of pieces I thought were gonna be kinda a pain in the ass, and then they just ended up, like, I thought Destiny from Days of Future Past, I thought we were gonna see a lot of her. And we haven't. I don't see her around very much. That's definitely one of them. But that's really all I got, man.
Alright, Jason, what piece did you think was gonna be meta that never became big?
Alright, so there's a couple of pieces. The piece that I was certain was gonna see some play was Vibe from, Trinity War.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, man, with a sniper rifle, that is a problem. It's like, no matter how you look at it, it's a problem. But nobody decided to try it. Also thought we'd see, more Doctor from the Flash, 50 points. Because he's a mystic. So he's 50 point with Prob, Barrier, and running shot Psych Blast for 50 points. I thought we'd see more of him.
I think if Brother Voodoo was more prevalent than he is now, we would see more Doctor.
And I can't see playing a 50-point piece to shut down a 79-point piece.
Well, it's not so
or
much
a 60-point piece.
That's not the only reason you play him.
He's a 50-point mystic with Barrier, Prob, and Psych Blast.
Yeah.
So,
he's really almost good. Switch from Chaos War.
Except not.
Yeah. Well, we're never gonna have another Switch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, it is WizKids. That would make money.
It would make money.
Yeah, and I thought I'd see more Turtle. Just a little bit more. We only see him with Casey Flash. That's pretty much it. I thought
that's dead now.
Yeah.
Yes, thank God. Oh, Turtle, die.
Did you read that ruling, Jason?
No, what we're ruling?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell him, Drew. Let me tell him. I want to shatter his dreams.
This is Dave's moment. He loves it.
Yes.
They ain't shattering my dreams.
Go ahead.
So you remember the original ruling that they came out with right after the No Tactics Rock there in Cincinnati, where they're like, hey, if you carry Highfather, or whatever, or you carry your character if you only got 2, it's the pact?
Yeah.
Well, then someone asked a question about something about how if that character's still on the map. So WizKid's like, oh yeah, I guess they still are technically on the map.
Huh, we didn't think about that.
If you carry someone with run shot or whatever. Yeah, so they immediately went back and said, okay, you can no longer carry Highfather, break the pack, and you can no longer get that where if you carry Turtle, that you can move more than 4 squares, so that like Casey Flash Turtle stuff is dead. So now Turtle screws everyone.
I didn't really particularly care. I thought it worked. It makes sense the way it can, I don't care either way it's ruled, but I feel like he wasn't on the map before.
The way they ruled it is that he's still on the map because he's not on a character card or another off the map element, but he doesn't occupy a specific square on the map. That's how it got ruled.
So, wait, is he on the map?
He's considered on the map.
He's on the map.
He doesn't occupy a specific square.
Here's a question. If he's on the map, I have Turtle. Turtle has Entity on him, and I carry him with KC Flash during my hypersonic speed. I miss. Can I prob with Turtle?
No, because you don't put him back down on the map until he's not occupying a square to draw the line of fire or anything until after the action resolves.
It's not that he's on the map. He is the map.
That makes sense. Can't draw line of fire to himself, I guess.
Yeah. He is everywhere and he is nowhere.
That's how it sounds to me.
As long as he's dead.
As long as he's dead.
But yeah, the way they ruled it, he's on the map, but he doesn't occupy a specific square, so he can't draw lines of fire until the end of the action. But he's not off the map, so can't ignore
for instance, during running shot, obviously you place him down first and then make your attack.
Right.
So, in that case, what if it's a character that doesn't need ranger line of fire to do probs? Can they prob?
That's a good question.
Stop breaking the game, Cody, with your meta thoughts.
I think we need to get a WizKids rep on this show to answer
these questions. We tried that. They're not allowed.
Yeah, they are not allowed.
We've tried that. Contractually not permitted to talk to us.
We can make these things, but we're not allowed to talk about them after they come out.
Exactly.
No, I have a friend on Facebook, and he's a really nice guy, and I asked him if he could come on, and he said he would be interested, but he needed to make sure that it was something he could do with WizKids, and that he wasn't violating any type of rule or something that he may have signed on for. And he got the word back that he could not come on, and because we were going to try to make him like a regular, like come on, once a week and tell us the new rulings that came out or whatever. And WizKids was like, no, you cannot do such a thing.
Yeah.
So say us, the WizKids.
Why would they ever want clarifications for rules on how their game is supposed to be played?
Guys, did you see this? WizKids is apparently publishing a rock, paper, scissors, and the rules don't make any fucking sense.
And you can't have anybody come on and answer questions about it.
Yeah, you have to give your hands action tokens, and there's probability control where you can read your hand signs.
You can wait till they do paper and then switch to scissors.
But you have to have line of fire from your hands. But there's blocking terrain on these maps that you can only get from WizKids. You can't make your own maps.
What if you're blind and you can't draw a line of fire?
Can't play then you're you know what? I hate to say this, but you're going in blind.
What if I'm playing in a bush and you can't see me? Is your line of fire blocked?
Or a hot dog cart.
Yeah. We should ask WizKids this, but they can't answer those questions. Also, they're only going to publish 100 of the starters, so get them while you can.
Exactly.
But I thought I was playing with my own hands.
No, you have to wear these special gloves. That say WizKids on them, and you can't wear the gloves that they released for Free Comic Book Day a couple years ago that look exactly like these gloves, because they don't say WizKids on them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That was a really obscure reference to the power rings for the power batteries. Like, they released these rings years ago for the Blackest Night event as promotional, just rings. But you can't use those because those don't say WizKids on them.
Yeah, I remember there were people at Worlds last year checking rings.
Yeah.
Let me tell everybody the secret right now. I have been to like 6 or 7 rocks and played the green power battery and have not once ever had a legal ring in my power battery.
Drew!
And if it's a green power battery, I probably will never. I want to check my rings, because it's going to say WizKids from now on, you assholes.
Just carve WizKids with a knife.
Exactly. It says WizKids on it. That's what you're looking for. It's right there.
Man, that's what we should tell Jeremy. He's wanting a Green Lantern power battery, and like just give him those Free Comic Book Day ones. Nobody will know.
Right.
But we just damned him to getting checked for the rest of his career. Sorry, Jeremy.
It says WizKids on it.
Sorry, Jeremy.
I drew it in permanent marker.
It says it, goddammit. Alright, Emma, what pieces did you see that you think were gonna go meta but never did?
I thought that Blue Devil was gonna be meta from Trinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he gives the Justice League Dark keyword friendly mystics, which is pretty cool. And of course his ruining stop click. I just assumed that he would. I thought he was a really good piece, but I mean, after looking at him and his such a high point cost, for what he is really. I get why it's not. I was really hoping that the White Queen, was gonna be meta, but they eroded her before.
Oh, they killed that before it ever had a chance.
Thank God.
Well, the issue with that Blue Devil was he's good, but the two figures that you wanted to stop, he didn't work on them.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't work on dupe or gluttony.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Kyle Rayner.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't work on those two.
Kyle Rayner's not even like, Kyle Rayner is a thing because he still gets played, but he's not a thing because when you put Kyle Rayner down across the table, I'm like, whatever, I don't care.
So, can I say one thing real quick?
Sure.
The reason I never really cared for Blue Devil is because, I was born and raised in Kentucky, and I'm a huge Wildcat fan, and whenever I see Blue Devil, I think Duke, and I'm like, man, fuck Duke. So,
dude, I never even put that together. What is sports ball?
Hand egg.
Alright, we have two types of people from Kentucky. We have people who are fanatics about the Wildcats and people who do not know how to sports. That's it.
It really depends on who I'm in the room with. It's like, oh man, I love UK, I love Louisville. It's a rivalry here. I'm not sure if you guys are aware.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't care. I want to go watch Doctor Who.
Damn Daleks.
The blue box doctors.
Yeah. The Gallifreyan blue boxes.
Yeah. I would finally watch sports.
Yeah. Dude, if sports had a TARDIS. Oh, man. The games would never end.
That's true.
Let's just kill this before it starts.
Alrighty.
My head hurts.
Cody, what are the pieces that you thought were going to go meta but never did?
I've really only got one because, I don't play meta a lot, but whenever Avengers Assemble came out, let's see. Black Swan. Somebody is going to figure out a way to get that stop click to work, and it's going to be ridiculous. I had the thought, and a lot of other people did, put her with a White Lantern power battery, give her a construct, and she ends on that stop click, and she, next turn, your whole team's dead.
Oh,
but, huh?
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work because she comes back and then she dies again.
When I was reading it, I'm like, I'm sure it's not going to work this way, but I want to double check. So I had our judge ask WizKids about it, and it doesn't, because the way it reads, unless this click is revealed due to damage taken from an opposing character, you immediately kill her. So that click is actually being revealed by the White Lantern power battery. So then you deal her one unavoidable and she dies.
Okay.
That figure is going to be a figure that WizKids is going to forget about, and they're going to come out with something else
that does it.
That helps it, and then it's going to be over.
Yeah, like a year and a half from now, they're going to be like, oh god, we made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really my only one.
The only time I think you'd ever get to use that is if somebody kills her with Deathlok Prime. Or not Deathlok Prime, Deathlok.
Ooh, you're right. No, it is the Prime one.
Is it a Prime? Where he kills them but they don't die?
Yeah.
The first time, yeah.
Because the non-Prime one
once
is the paint job I like, but dial kind of sucks. I'm a big X-Force fan, and it's the X-Force paint job, and which I guess I can say because he's a robot.
Yeah, my buddy Karsten, he tried to make Deathlok Prime his thing. It was like his signature piece for a little while. And I'm glad he got off of that bandwagon because Black Swan would have fucking destroyed his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard someone else say this. I really want to play Deathlok Prime with some Zuvimbes from Amazing Spider-Man. Because I've always wanted to get those figures to work, and it's hard.
Oh yeah, you blow him up with Deathlok Prime, getting the maximum carnage ATA.
Yeah. And, he knocks him to the last click, and then the Zuvimbes finish him off, and they come in as more Zuvimbes, and I wish those Zuvimbes worked like the zombie chases did.
Yeah.
Of course, then they'd be super rares, but whatever.
Those Zuvimbes are what I like to call pieces that came out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, if they came out now, they would be way better.
They would have that.
They would, they'd have that or a dumbed down version of it like Headpool does.
Yeah. It'd be something like that. And this is a couple sets ago at this point, because I'm broke and I'm in a portion of the region where Clixed is basically dead. So I'm not caught up on current sets.
The Clixed wasteland.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, dude. The piece I saw and I thought was going to go meta immediately was Days of Future Past Nightcrawler, because without a resource, he's a 19 defense off the top of the dial.
Mm-hmm.
He's got traded ESD, traded combat reflexes. His dial's not bad, he just doesn't do enough damage, which I feel like is why he didn't become meta. But I expected to have to deal with a fucking base 19 defense all over the place. And I thank Jesus sometimes that it didn't happen. I really do.
Thank you, Jesus.
You could give him an axe and he could deal more damage.
All I'm saying,
blades.
Right, is if you play him on a team with a Despodara, 22. Or 21. Immediately. Without any assistance.
And they give him a Phoenix Force for invulnerability.
I got an addition to mine. I was just looking through the sets here. The Sniper Nest Winter Soldier. Like, I understand, because I've played him a couple times, I understand why he's not meta. But, you know, at first glance, it's just like, oh my god, this is ridiculous, I can't wait to play this piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Dave played him Thursday night against Attack Defense Sentinel, and we didn't realize it, but the way it reads, if you base him and he's in his last Sniper Nest, he can't do anything.
Yeah. He can't freaking sit there.
He needs Sharpshooter. You know, a classic WizKids fuck up, but yeah, if you base him, yeah, just WizKids things. I feel like those jokes would be too long to tweet though, if we got that as a hashtag. It's
right.
Like Sniper's Nest, then we have to copy all the text. Doesn't work because he doesn't have Sharpshooter, just WizKids things.
You just make a picture.
Well, I actually, if you guys don't mind me going off subject while we're talking about that Winter Soldier piece, is that cool?
That's fine, go ahead.
I had a no tactics team I almost ran in Cincinnati that I was brainstorming, which was gonna be Highfather, freaking Black Talon, and the Sniper's Nest Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So you could sit there and support him, and then you could freaking support him again, and like Black Talon, or Black Talon can mind control him, he pops out Sniper's Nest, he jumps out, and he's got like a freaking 14 attack, 6 damage, freaking range combat expert on something, and then whenever their turn starts, he just voops back. And since you got Black Talon there, you can always make 3 more Sniper's Nest. I thought that would be fun to play. I never got to practice it, but it sounded really fun.
Oh, that would have been ridiculous.
I guess you could still play it next year in no tactics, couldn't you?
I could.
Yeah,
and I mean,
that terrible format's coming back.
Hey, I love no tactics.
No tactics is fine. I hate
no tactics, but I actually like no tactics now. At first I was like, man, fuck that. But now I'm like, it's not that bad.
I just like to play the whole game.
I just wish people didn't play crutch pieces during no tactics.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be better with no Super Skrull, no Kyle Rayners running around everywhere, but it's still fun.
Look, all I'm saying, Howard Brock, because I know you listen to the show, if you want to ban entities because they're not fun for the playstyle of no tactics, you need to ban Felix Faust, okay?
In no tactics, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because once no tactics
can we just worry about that later?
Game, there's nothing anybody can do about that shit.
It's been said, it's gonna happen now.
So, you need to ban him. You know what? I'll make you a deal. If you ban Felix Faust for no tactics next year, I won't even bitch about it. I'll shut up about no tactics for the whole year. I won't say a fucking word.
I personally enjoyed no tactics because before no tactics started and we went to that one in Cincinnati, I had sworn off rocks just because I just can't take that blow to my self-esteem. But I went to the no tactics rock there in Cincinnati and I had a lot of fun and I did decent. I faced 3 Super Skrulls that day and the third one got me, but
I was begging for Super Skrull all day and never got one.
I got 2 of them and I took them out.
And honestly what it wasn't so much the Super Skrull, it was Super Skrull and Engineer.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, okay, turn 2, I'm dead, cool, whatever.
I really thought White Witch would be more prevalent once Super Skrull started winning.
I thought so
in
too.
No tactics.
Nobody wanted to man up and play her.
Because she's squishy. And she's 87 points that sits there and does nothing. Well, you can't take more than 1 free action.
She's pretty expensive.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here.
Meanwhile, I play 79 points of Brother Voodoo and Ass Rapey.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ass rape yourself for a little while. If I get bored of dealing out ass rape, I can just have you deal out your own ass rape.
Mike Houghton freaking mind controlled my vehicle to freaking make an attack. So it took a push, and then it took another freaking damage because it's on autopilot and it made an attack.
I want to see some. How did Zach do it? Did he mind control a zombie team base?
He freaking killed a zombie team base and then brought it back to life.
Yeah. I want to see somebody mind control an opponent's Super Scroll, have that Super Scroll kill somebody, and then they come back on person A's team.
I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
Would?
It might.
The person using mind control is the one making the attack. So they would come back friendly to him.
Right, because it's the mind controlled character is friendly to your force for that action. So if that actually kills them and you decide to bring them back to life,
it comes back on your team.
Yeah, and you get them for the game, just like the old school before they errated it when you could pop off and keep pieces for the whole rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Dave, what is your favorite and most hated meta pieces of all time?
Has to be the same piece.
Preferably not, but you know.
Okay.
If it's the same piece, go right ahead.
My favorite meta piece of all time?
Of all time.
Phantom Girl's really good. She's been a staple of mine for a while.
She has. The only person who played more than her is Question.
Yeah, and, you know, like, no one else, like, I guess considers him meta, which makes me sad, because, like, when people talk meta pieces, they don't freaking, like, talk about him. And I'm like, okay, I thought I brought all the proof with me. I've only been, like, 7 top 16s with him, you know?
I mean, I can see the
I
argument.
think Phantom Girl's fantastic.
I can see the argument for Question being meta, but he doesn't make every meta team. That's what most people think when you say meta.
He's not a super
Yeah. He's not super scroll. He's not a team base.
For ones I love freaking Phantom Girl, because she's versatile, because she's hypermobile, she has low attack, low damage, but, I mean, that's something you can always, you know, you can supplement that. You can give her a hammer, you can give her, like, how I was doing last rock. I was like, hey, guess what? She's got an indigo battery, she's got proselyte, she's got super strength, she's got scissors, so she's gonna run through you and hit you for 12 attack, 5 damage exploit weakness, while turning off all your...
If you survive.
So, I mean, yeah, if you live, you don't have any resources.
And I'm on the other side of this wall, so you can't rob me. Fuck you.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I came back to the safety of my indigo battery so that I can get propped. And I mean, I think she's fantastic. I really like Maximus. I haven't got a chance to play him, but I really like him bringing out the alpha primitives, and they just kind of like go off.
Oh yeah, he's the one I lost to it, Cincinnati Rock. You started by losing.
Wow. I'm looking at it, and Maximus hadn't had a figure since Sinister.
Wow.
He's only got 2 figures, Guardians and Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's fantastic. I love Fast Forces Lockjaw. Luke that we were talking about, at our local venue.
I was about to say, you just described his team.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He played Fast Forces Lockjaw with the Phoenix Force, so he's like got like 9 clicks of damage, and he's got a reducer now, so it just takes forever to freaking get through him. And then for ones I hate, man, I like the character Kyle Rayner, but I hate the dependency on the Green Lantern Kyle Rayner piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I saw him, you know, cause like, you know, I judged at a venue, and freaking, so I got to open this box like a week before anybody, like even spoiled the dial for a lot of people. And I was just like, man, I really love this piece of thing. But then everybody made him a crutch. Mm-hmm. And everybody just like, let's put him with this and that and this and that. And it was kind of satisfying for me to murder the crap out of 2 of them last rod.
Yeah.
And then I'd say the other one that I hate is, you know what, to be honest, I don't hate Super Scroll. I don't. He's a lot more finesse than people give him credit for. He's not point click. You know, he's not just, okay, point Super Scroll in this direction, go over there, kill it, ta-da. It takes a lot of, and like I said before, for every 1 good Super Scroll player you see, you're gonna see 10 guys who are not really running him to the fullest potential. I think where he becomes a dick is in tactics, when you can give him everything he didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
So those would really be mine.
Alright, Jason, how about you?
My favorite meta piece, current or whatever?
Past or present?
Probably 50-point Enchantress was my favorite.
Man, he played her so much.
He doubled up on her.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite meta piece.
Crazy.
Because she had 10 attack, 3 damage with TK and Prob. And, but my most hated meta piece is probably toss up between Kyle Rayner and Super Scroll. Just because of the crutchiness.
Yeah, there's a lot of dependency on both of those pieces.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you don't hate them because of the piece itself. You hate them because people play them.
I hate them because
how they're played.
Yeah, it's like,
I feel like they're overplayed.
Yeah.
They are.
Like they can't come up with something better.
and it's always a great fallback.
Like, man, I don't know what to play.
It's like Jason said a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Oh God, I left my team at home. Does anybody have a Kyle Rayner I can borrow?"
I can't.
Right, exactly. It's like
because I played Bizarro Phoenix Force.
Oh, you paid the price for that, though.
Oh, I did. I had a terrible time. You know, I brought that with me to Gen Con, and I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to play. I know I was going to go down. I'm not even going to play. So I didn't.
Oh,
well, like oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying before those two, the JLA team base was pretty crutch too, before the errata.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely before the errata.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse now with that shenanigans of popping off Superman, Wonder Woman.
The person that played that was in our crew at the last Rock, and he didn't place with it. I was surprised. I thought he was. I was like, man, this is broken. He's gonna have to make top 16 with this, and somehow he didn't. I didn't see any of the matches. I don't know what happened, but it's not that great.
Might take too long to get going.
It is a little slow.
2 or 3 turns.
Yeah.
And a green battery slows it down even further than that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, they can come deal with you before you get everybody off.
With green battery,
pop them off and they die.
Yeah, green battery, you just hope for the best.
Yeah. That's regardless of what team you are. If you need 2 free actions on one character at any point during the match, best of luck, sir.
I think that's one of the reasons one of the issues I have with the meta right now is it's like, you can't play with free actions because you're gonna see Green Lantern Power Battery.
It depends on the free action. I kinda like that because I hate fucking poison.
Oh yeah.
Poison is like the bitchiest bitch-made power that bitches ever found out about.
It's funny with poison because I remember when I first started, like, a piece I played had to have a reducer, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, okay, poison's freaking worthless. Why would I ever use poison, you know? It's like, and now it's just like, you can make whole meta teams around poison.
And then they started making that shit motherfucking penetrate.
That's what it was, yeah.
And I was like, really? We're gonna get the bitches a power up? Really? Mr. Popo,
right, yeah, you could.
Mr. Popo the fuck is. You don't bring him to the front line of the Z-Fighters, goddammit.
For 80 points, you can field 2 characters with penetrating poison, and one of them can carry the other.
Yeah.
With sidestep.
Oh, Harley.
It's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, and by the way, that's 2 penetrating poison.
Or you can make it 95 and one of them be Rage Kitty.
Oh, Rage Kitty. That's Dexstar, for those who don't know it.
Everybody should know, and if you don't, get on your game. I know that, and I've been out of it.
Oh, I love that piece.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Surprised he's not meta.
Alright, Emma, what are your most favorite and hated meta pieces?
Of course, I hate Kyle Rayner just like everybody else. He's just too easy, and so he's really frustrating. And of course, I'm salty because that's what lost me the Trow Rock was Kyle Rayner, so I'm just salty. I think they can all catch on fire.
Can I have an extra side of salt with that, please? Thanks, bitch.
Just leave the shaker.
I super hate the green battery. I so hate the green battery.
That's because you're a team-based player. Of course you hate the green battery.
Not even that. Like, it just ruins such a new, cool aspect of the game with free actions and stuff like that, with sidestep and things like that being more prevalent than they used to be. It just ruins that. And it slows the game down so much. Like, I am so tired of the green battery in possession slowing my games down. Like, I'm so tired of it because the person I'm playing can pretty much stall. I mean, they can just sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm picking."
Hey, didn't I say this last week?
Yeah, I think you did.
And I'm just like, "Oh, come on, take your turn!" Like, come on, get with the program. So I super hate green battery. It's just changed the meta so much. Like, you have to play it, and I hate that. Like, you have to play one,
or you have to prepare to go up against it.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna get wrecked.
Yeah.
The worst part is it's something that limits your opponent's actions, yet simultaneously slows the game down.
And it doesn't do anything to them. Like, it does nothing. Like, it's not a, oh, should I play that or not? It's like, no, I'm gonna play the fucking green battery.
Right.
And it's team points minimally, and yeah, why not? You know? I'm just super over it.
What I feel about the green battery is it doesn't necessarily slow it down unless you're trying to, like, you know, give 2 free move actions, jump across the map, and then free flurry or something like that. But it does, like, I mean, you just gotta make choices. It makes you make a choice. Do I use this perplex, or do I use my running shot?
Right.
Do you use my outwit or do I use my hypersonic speed this turn? Right. Now, the entity possession, that frustrates me because you know which you can boost up with your stats. Most figures can only boost up 1 or 2 stats at a time. And when the person sits there and they're looking at their figure for like 5 minutes, then they're like, I'll give them the +1 to defense. That was your only option.
Right.
At this turn.
So you have 2 action tokens on. Why would you not do that?
Even if you, don't, have the dials memorized, it's still, okay, I look at these. These numbers are higher than these. I have to pick one of those. That's what I pick. It's not rocket science.
17 is higher than 16.
I know as soon as they pass turn, this 5 damage is coming. They just don't want none of it.
Right.
Yeah, the possessions, I would agree with. The green battery slows things down to a degree, but not nearly as much as possessions. I talk about this match all the time that I played with Jerry Damage at Rock. It's at the Rusty Scabbard. This whole game lasted 3 turns because Jerry he was playing 2 Hope Summers and the Professor.
No, don't, no.
Don't what?
Don't share that damned evil team.
Oh, I'll share that damn evil team. Pulsewave is the most prevalent power in the world, and Pulsewave don't give a fuck about that team. That power is everywhere. Oh, I got Super Scroll, I'm gonna pick Pulsewave. Fuck you. Pulsewave is all over the place.
Is it Pulsewave doesn't care about that team, or does that team not care about Pulsewave?
Oh no, they care about Pulsewave.
Pulsewave doesn't care about
okay.
You can send Jerry a message and see what he feels about.
I had a plan for if he ran that team.
What was your plan?
At friggin' Big Bang.
To flip the
to make him come to me because my battery's not a character.
That's true.
I get my battery on the outwit and I'm like, bye, Professor's power, now die.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But he had entities on all 3 of them, and he's picking powers. And on the second turn, my third character, I can't remember who my third character was at the time because they really didn't matter. They carried Despotellus up the turn before, up next to Silver Centurion. And then I guess he was expecting me to just keep on picking defend and keep Silver Centurion's defense at a 20. But I realized that his team has 0 attackers. So I just took TK and went up in his face and started pulse waving. And I got 1 pulse wave off, and that was my last action for the game. Because Jerry, he pulled out this probability card to see if what the chances were he was going to roll this 11. And his turn, and I'm not mad at him or anything. I like Jerry, he's a good dude, but I think his turn lasted 25 minutes. And then
this is my thing. I don't care what you gotta roll. If you gotta roll it, roll the damn dice.
Right.
I need a 10. Well, there's only one way to figure out if I'm gonna freaking get a 10 or not, and that's to throw some damn dice onto the table.
Yeah, that one ended up coming down to damage. I did more damage because I hit 3 characters, and he hit me for 2 damage later. So I did 1 more click than him, which is why I won. And Luke loves to throw that in his face all the time, because Jared would be like, I top 16 in this one rock. And Luke's like, didn't you give Vanilla Thunder his top 8 hat? And I'm like, he did.
Such mean smack talk.
Yeah.
They go down so much that I almost wish they had the chess clocks. You hit the...
We've talked about that at our local venue.
I've recommended it on multiple occasions. Can we just get a shot clock for at least major tournaments?
Seriously.
Just hit the button, it's a 2-minute timer.
There should be...
the fucking turn.
Right?
I think it would be interesting to just do this at a state. Like a states. And what you do is they punch the clock. Yeah, they punch the clock at the beginning of their turn, and then the next person punches at the beginning of their turn. And then you see where the time went. So if you have an hour-long match and one person had 40 minutes and the other person had 20, you know what I mean?
It's not too late for us to do that at our state.
It is not.
Good.
And I think some people, if you did that, it would open their eyes, because I'm sure there's some people out there that don't realize they slow play, but they do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some people out there that do it on purpose and they need to die. But
well,
that's a bit harsh.
I hope
that's a bit harsh. They need a good beating, but they should live through it.
No.
She said
at least
no.
At least a minor hospitalization.
Yeah. Couple broken ribs.
Just put them in a body cast for a while. Maybe they won't slow play next time.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll retire. Either way, I'm fine with it.
All I'm saying is I've never had to leap across the table and kill anyone, but that threat is always there.
But
that's why, my 2 games I ever played against Dave, both of them were real fast games. They both lasted like maybe 6 turns, tops.
Yeah, my game today was real fast too. I think it was maybe 5 or 6 turns. But that's because Dave can roll 4.
Right. Well, this is my thing on Clixed, dude. It's like, this is the thing. And like, people that I've talked to even here locally are just like, well, I don't know. It's like, alright, this is what you need to do. You go in with your plan, right? You adjust to whatever happens, man. If they freaking move to a different spot, like, I'm not trying to guess where you're gonna move your piece. I'm not trying to guess what you're gonna try to do with your piece. If you're gonna running shot, you're gonna running shot, and there's nothing to do about that other character bearer spot. But if I know you can't hit me, I don't care what you're gonna do. Perplex up, do what you need to do, freaking, and then I will adapt to whatever situation you just presented me to. I'm not gonna worry about what you might do until you do it.
Yeah,
so it's just like, I like to play. If you have a
plan, it doesn't matter what they do, because your plan is to do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's like, if they want to wall up, let them wall up. I have contingencies for that. You know what I mean? It's just like, just play the game, man.
Alright, Emma, what was your favorite meta piece?
Favorite meta piece? I like team bases. I think they're fun to play. I'm glad that they're still meta capable after the errata, because I mean, the errata hurt them pretty bad, and I see why it was errated. I agree with it. I mean, it couldn't have been, I think it could have been less harsh, but whatever. I'm just glad that they're still kind of meta. But Scarlet Witch, that's a good one. I never played meta during that time, so I never got to play her, but I've seen plays with her, and I think she was legit.
She was the shit, not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
She was pretty spectacular. Alright, Cody, most loved and most hated meta pieces.
Which one you want first?
Let's go with hatred.
All right.
I feed from it.
Yes. So, there are, I'd say, 2.5.
One of them's tiny sized.
You know what? I won't even, yeah. Well, one of them phases through all this bullshit, so she only counts as half a person. You know what? I'll save, Brother Voodoo for the talking about Amazing Spider-Man, because I feel like that's gonna go on forever.
Oh, we're gonna tag team Brother Voodoo? Fuck.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh, thank God.
It's gonna get weird.
Dude's gonna bite the fuck out of that dude.
Yeah. So, Phantom Girl, it's kind of a love-hate relationship, because I love what she does, but I hate playing against her. Because she does something that's needed in meta, and that's turn off resources. But like, when I played that Bizarro, Phoenix Force team, when I played Zach that first round, he played Bizarro Phoenix Force with Phantom Girl with, Parallax. And I just wanted to blow one of our brains out. It didn't matter which one. And so that's just
Stop the suffering.
Yeah. Sometimes when I play her, it's not that bad because I stay far enough away to where she has to stay close to where I can just wreck her the next turn. But sometimes it's just, And the funny thing was, we played on the Batman prison map, so it was technically prison rape. And then the second most hated one is probably just, 6 of the 8 entities, just because I hate what they did to the game. Because if you look at Rock Reports, you look at the top 16s, more than half, if not all of those players have entities on their team.
Not me.
Okay, you're the exception. And it's just, I feel like you can't, it's just like you have to have those pieces.
Yeah.
And that just frustrates the hell out of me because I can't drop $600 on these figures so I can play in the meta. And that may not be a realistic number. I haven't checked them recently because I don't plan on buying any of them. But, I hate that that's the state of the game. But to that end, Joe Costa coming out, I like what they're doing with the entity possessions, limiting it and making them rares and not chases. So, I feel like it's kind of like the resources all over again. They tested the waters with this stupid garbage, and now they're going to dumb it down and tune it to the rest of the game to where it'll work better.
You got a point there. I mean, eventually they'll go away.
Yeah, when War of the Light rotates out, I might start playing again. And then maybe I'll buy that Butcher I've wanted for a while.
Oh, you need a giant space koi.
Oh, I know he's awful, but I like Red Lanterns.
I feel like we're gonna see a swing where theme teams will be a thing again, and entities won't be played as much.
I hope so,
Coming here
because I like theme teams a lot.
That or people start playing the entity key theme team.
Yeah, I mean, we could see robot theme teams with Jocasta.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen.
I like Jocasta just as a figure, like playing at her 130 points.
Yeah.
You know what I love? If she's an entity, she gives you precision strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That
I can hear Dave's boner from over here.
And regen later. Like, I think if you get a piece that matches up with her dial, that's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
So, I'm really excited for her.
Yeah, she's gonna be great. She's gonna be fun to play, even in casual, because she's limited in what she can do, so you can't really meta build with her as easily.
So, my favorite, I don't know, I'm looking at that team I top forward with and trying to pick one, but I really love the whole team. I liked M10 Iron Man, because same reason I like Phantom Girl. He did something that the meta needed, you know, ignored resources. Cerise, she is just 60 points of freaking amazing. That 50-point Chaos War Scarlet Witch, it's probably one of my favorite figures in the game. She's amazing for 50 points. And then this is the oddball, and I really only like this piece. He probably wasn't meta, but he made my team work. It was the 13-point Astro Doctor Strange.
I can see him as meta. He makes a lot of really competitive teams that I see.
Well, I was playing
he did a lot, with the book,
I was playing Book of the Skull, and my thing was, when I was practicing that team, I wouldn't get to Power Cosmic quick enough. And the issue was, you can only get one hammer on turn one, because beginning of the turn, you can't drop something in your starting area. But you can free action move him out, then drop a hammer on him, then suddenly he's an 11 attack end cap.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, you move the rest of your team out, drop that second hammer, so you got 2 hammers turn 1, 2 hammers turn 2, turn 3 you've got Power Cosmic with this team. And everyone, and I'd put, I think it's Grethos gives Colossal, or Giant Size, on Switch, so she could see overstuff to prob my rolls. I love that team.
And then it gives her a running shot as well.
Yeah.
If she actually becomes a good attacker.
Running shot, 11 Psy Blast for 2 or 3 damage.
Yeah.
So, but if I picked one figure on that team, it'd probably be Cerise, just because she, for 60 points, she's so great.
Yeah, she's pretty beastie.
Yeah.
She's fantastic range support, because she's got, enhancement and freaking PD. And she's actually a really decent attacker.
And energy shield deflection if you pick that.
Yeah, so she's fantastic as a secondary ranged attacker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she starts with an 11.
Yeah, for 3 damage, Psy Blast,
give her a hammer,
right?
It's 13.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, I loved playing that team, and when Astral Doc Strange rotated out, I shed a tear.
I bet.
Because that's what made that team, was that 13-point little ghost dude.
Oh, goose!
Carrying you so hard you get action tokens. What he did, he scared you stiff.
Oh, that's great. As far as me, my most hated, it should be really fucking obvious to everybody right now. If you're listening and you don't know how much I hate Brother Voodoo, don't worry. You're gonna learn in the next month or so. You'll find out for real. But you're gonna hear all about it in about 10 minutes. So hang on for that. He's my absolute most hated. He's about to get replaced though, because this Felix Faust is about to make me hate life way worse than Brother Voodoo ever did, for 1 extra point.
I hope you don't smash a Felix Faust. I hope you sell him.
Well, I haven't smashed Voodoo yet. That's coming up. That's for our special edition at Kentucky States with the live video. So it's going to be like a video podcast that you can watch on YouTube or listen as we normally do.
A Vidjacast.
And on the video version, I'm going to smash the shit out of a Brother Voodoo at the table. But we'll get to the reasons why in a minute.
They burn really pretty colors.
Do they?
I'll burn the pieces.
Hey.
I'll burn the pieces.
What clicks did you light on fire?
Oh yeah, this is a story.
Okay. When we were playing, we got super into Chaos War. We bought just a nauseating amount of them.
Right? Chase per brick.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Got it. Oh, I digress. But we got 5 million of the dinosaurs. Do you remember her? The pink.
Oh, dinosaur?
Dinosaur?
Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh, she was so
pink.
Hero clicks.
so many of her. You have no idea. Like, I wanted to vomit every time I opened a box and she was in it. And so I may have set a couple on fire because I kept looking at them and we had like 20. I was so tired of them. So.
Oh, alright guys, yeah, we're burning the Brother Voodoo pieces when I'm done with them.
You know,
we're doing that
I've never
now.
played with that piece, but I've always wanted to. The dinosaur.
She's terrible.
Is she?
Drew, can we light him on fire while you smash him with a hammer?
Yes! Yes, we can, Dave.
Ooh.
Oh.
Alright.
And then pee on the ashes?
Exactly.
We need to find a place we can publicly urinate, though. There's a
It's Kentucky.
That's
We'll be
a sentence
okay.
I didn't expect to hear.
It's Owensboro, dude. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But, my most current hated piece of meta is the fucking zombie team base. How fucking unoriginal do you have to fucking be, dude? This is the most autoplay piece I've ever seen. I've never seen the zombie team base played two different ways, ever. It's the same match every time it gets put on the map, no matter where the fuck you're from, no matter who the fuck you are. You play it the same fucking way. You want to impress me? Pop off somebody besides Super Scroll. How about that?
You mean you give your opponents points? Is that how that works?
Right? Like, how dare you play a fucking creative version of the game?
Yeah.
You bastard. I know you have limited options and everything. I don't like the zombie team base because, to me, it promotes pay to win. And I fucking hate pay to win. That's why I quit playing Magic.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, it's an elite team base that can only be filled by chases? Are you serious right now?
Yeah. The entities kind of do the same thing, but not to that extent.
Yeah, it's not a team. It's like entities, you could make a team, but you would lose your ass horribly.
Yeah.
Fucking zombie team bases, and Super Scroll is broken as fuck by himself, without any assistance from a fucking 20-something click group of people also fighting. So, we're gonna pop off Super Scroll, and now there's 900 powers going on. I gotta pick a power now. I got all types of other, it's just stupid.
And Electro, so you can energy explosion food token.
Yeah, it's unoriginal, it's uncreative, and it's fucking boring. And, like, I'm going to states. I don't know if I'm gonna play. Dave's trying to convince me to play. We'll see. I doubt it.
If you don't play, we'll get you a powdered wig.
That'd be amazing.
Oh wait, that's convincing him not to play.
Yeah, it is.
If
That's
you play,
true, yeah.
we'll let you have a powdered wig.
I'll wear it the whole day.
Okay.
But I made a comment on the Midwest Rock Facebook group that we were just talking about how if I played a Sandman one-man army, I would have no problems if I got put in a match against the team base, against the zombie team base specifically. The team bases, I don't care. But if I got put in a match against the zombie team base, I would have no problems giving him a power action and barriering and coming off the map and giving us both a double loss to send that shit the fuck home.
And my counter argument would be, I know you hate all the janky crutch pieces and the other stupid meta things and everything like that, but in the end, isn't that strategy just as stupid?
Absolutely, that's the point.
But then it makes you a hypocrite, because then you're playing janky shit to counter their janky shit.
Dave, my hate for WizKids and the fact that I play
Oh, man.
that I play HeroClix does not make me a hypocrite.
We got a jank off here.
Right?
He's janking off all over the table.
I don't like
I
my
get a
whole thing
napkin.
is if you're playing an original concept, I'm not gonna just jump off and double loss everybody, because that's stupid.
So you're gonna reward people for playing original stuff by letting them play a game.
Yes.
I can see that. I like that.
If you play some fucking swag shit that you jacked off of the realms, you don't get to play, bitch. You take your L and go to fuck home.
I had a huge argument about this Sandman team with somebody the other day, because I'm like, if you go and you play this at Worlds, where it's a roll-off and not a double loss, I swear to God, if there's not, like, people lined up to fucking shank you in the parking lot after that, because you gotta think how much money these people are, because they gotta get these pieces. They gotta buy airfare. Gotta get a hotel. They gotta pay for the convention. They gotta pay for the tickets. And then I sit down across the table from some asshole who doesn't even want to play the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I will murder you.
You're gonna have a bad time.
I will kill you. I will go to jail because freaking it's cheaper than the hotel I just paid for to get screwed over by you. I swear to God, dude. Every single violent thought that was in place by me, by the United States Marine Corps, will come out, and it will be all on your pathetic, squishy little body, and I will murder you. in front of everyone at freaking Origins.
Hopefully
They'll just
it's
be
not.
like,
Well,
were you
don't
there
play-
at Origins that year that guy killed a dude? Yeah, I was there.
Guys, you remember when HeroClix got real? When David
Right.
when David used Blade's Claw's Fangs and rolled a 6 on that guy?
He didn't even have
He had no damage.
combat
defense
reflexes,
powers.
man. He didn't even have toughness.
He used Precision Strike too.
Right?
He didn't even get super
I
sense
swear to
out of
God,
him.
I will have charged Flurry Blades exploit, and you will have freaking Earthbound neutralize. And
Wait,
that
you
shit
can't do
went
that. That's
quickly.
against the rules.
Oh, no.
WizKids
no.
says you can't charge Flurry Blades exploit.
But WizKids
used
says
in the middle of
that
his
you can take a guy off the map and not play a game that you paid to play.
Just WizKids things.
I just raised my hand and be like, Judge, I paid $25 to play today, plus all my other stuff, and this guy's not letting me do that. Isn't that counterproductive?
No, man, we got
Doesn't
your
care,
money.
dude.
We
They
don't
already
care.
got you $25.
Yeah.
WizKids don't give no shit.
They don't.
WizKids
That's
ain't
for
got time for that.
$25, sucker.
Yeah, I promise you, don't play Worlds next year, Dave. I don't want to die.
I just,
I'm playing Green Lantern fucking Grasshopper. and
I'll cry the
jumping
whole
off
time
that.
I'm murdering you, Drew. I will.
It'll just be a
Why
nice,
did you make me do this to you, Drew?
It'll be a nice combination of tears, blood, probably sweat.
And
Maybe-
other secreted fluids.
Yeah, to be determined. It's gonna be a lot of liquids.
Last action.
Yeah, like, I don't have a problem playing the game, but I don't like to see the same team 11 times. When I see the same Super Skull team and the same Zombie Team-based team and or the same teams over and over, that makes me want to kill people.
Yeah.
So rather than kill people, I'm just going to send them the fuck home, having wasted all their money. That's what they get for not thinking.
But see, David, if you sit down against Drew, he's gonna let you play the game because you're not playing bullshit.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and I understand that, but not everyone has the, not everyone's awesome and can come up with an original team concept.
Yeah.
Well, then they
You know what I
stay
mean?
the fuck home until they do.
I agree, but it's not always going to happen that
I
way.
feel like
and
we
like
need
I
to-
always say,
I feel like we need to add a
that
disclaimer
first guy
at
who
the
wins
end.
with Super Scroll, he gets. Oh, yeah.
I feel like we need to add a disclaimer at the end that we are not gonna murder anyone.
No,
Well,
I
I'm
did
not
not
gonna
make
kill
that
anybody.
promise.
I'm not gonna murder anyone.
I
I'm
will
not
kill your
making-
chance at Worlds with my Grasshopper team.
This
Okay.
is the thing is, I'm not making an actual threat to anyone
That's fair.
specifically.
Except for
I'm
me.
making a general, I will kill you threat in the circumstances that might happen.
Just don't give him those circumstances and the threat will not be made.
Right, play like a man.
Or a woman.
See?
Or woman,
Or
sorry,
a very
Emma.
classy lady.
Thanks.
Or a classy man.
Like Luke. right?
Classy, she's lighting poor dinosaur on fire. What did I?
Oh, she said like Luke.
Oh,
Wreck.
Luke is such a classy lady. She's right.
I mean, you could just ask Power Plant. Can we just start calling his Power Plant like that's its name?
Yes.
We should name it Patty Plant.
Patty Plant.
What we need to do,
Patty the Power Plant.
somebody needs
Okay.
to make a separate Facebook page as the Power Plant. Just name it Power Plant and
And that's Luke's only friend.
request Luke in a relationship status.
Dude, I'm getting on that right now.
See me?
And then every time he says something, just somebody posts as a Power Plant, that's not what you said last night.
Oh man.
If you liked
Guys.
it, then you should have put a ring on it.
10 rings on it. He did. So,
My
Not-
favorite.
not this
about the Facebook.
question, but like next week's question needs to be, what should Luke's Power Plant be named? That needs to be the fan question.
Okay.
Right?
Alright, well, we got the one for next week, but
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes.
Sometime.
My favorite one of the pictures in Emma's post, which she posted on that Facebook group, was Luke with his hand over like the band button with all the Mandarin rings on his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
She made me laugh so hard. As far as my favorite meta piece, I don't play traditional meta teams that often. You could consider Silver Centurion maybe. I know Mike Crone definitely does. He was getting on me about that. Don't you play meta teams, Drew? You fucking hypocrite. Like,
Silver Centurion's meta.
I played Silver Centurion 2 times. That's true. Totally right, everybody. Sorry. of the almost 15 rocks that I've been to in the last 3 years, I did play a meta piece twice. I apologize.
We forgive you.
Right. Thank you.
This time.
We're all that matters.
I think the last piece I liked and I played a lot that what I would consider meta was Dark Phoenix from Marvel 10.
Yeah.
She was just so good.
She was a really fun piece. I played her a lot.
3 target, 10 range, I could run a shot pulse wave.
I felt the wrath of that. I got wiped in turn 1.
That happens.
My first rock, yeah.
That's gross.
I think it was her and Highfather and a power plant, and you can write the rest.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, we're gonna move on to our retirement review. We got retirement coming up in July.
You should play the funeral dirge here.
Alright, so Amazing Spider-Man is definitely out. They're talking about, have they officially released the sets that are out?
No, but a lot of the suspicion is all the way up to Wolverine and the X-Men.
Holy crap, alright.
Not Man of Steel.
Amazing Spider-Man things, no chance.
So Wolverine and the X-Men gone, or it's the last, the new?
I think
it'll be safe, but everything before it is going to a better place.
Yeah, that's not what I figured.
While we're on Wolverine and the X-Men, do you guys ever look at the set logo and see 2 Batman kissing?
Yes.
Okay.
All the time.
Not me.
Now I
I looked at
You can't unsee it
at one point and I was like, what the fuck is, oh, it's Wolverine. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. I saw that image before that set symbol came out and was like, oh, did they pick that one? It could have been the claws cross, just.
Yeah, it was
2 Batman making out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's with kids. I'm not surprised by anything at this point.
That's fair.
I bet love you. I bet love you too. I don't know.
David, what did we tell you about writing fan fiction?
I'm sorry.
Alright,
I
so
can't stop.
Amazing Spider-Man is definitely out. So, Dave, what piece did you love from Amazing Spider-Man the most, and what piece did you hate the most?
I love Brother Voodoo.
Say it.
You suck.
Say it! I like Brother Voodoo, man. I thought he was sweet. Freaking, I mean, within that set, which had some of these stupid, powerful freaking pieces, man, he was badass, and he was awesome. I loved Brother Voodoo. Like, whenever everybody's playing Ghost Rider, it's like, you know what, your Ghost Rider needs to go back over there and bitch slap the shit out of his friends. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was a great control piece. He's, like, I get that everybody hates him, but at the same time, he was never a great attacker. He just turned your own dudes against you.
Yeah.
I mean, probability control, and I'm sorry, dude, whenever I gave him a hammer, Grathos, and he could look up an elevation, Giant Brother Voodoo, he's just like, 13 attack mind control up an elevation, suck it.
Should have called that Big Brother.
Big Brother Voodoo.
Big Brother's watching you.
Right? But I mean, I really liked him, dude. I thought he was a fantastic piece. I mean, with all the Alpha Strike back then, he kind of like sent that Alpha Strike back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, get out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had another one here. Alyosha Craven.
Yeah.
I love Alyosha Craven.
He was a beast. Alyosha Craven was part of the only team that I ever made that Jason took, which I was super proud of. Because
you might say he was an animal.
Yeah. You're an animal, Rock.
Because at that point, I'm still not even that good at building teams. But I remember that conversation I had with Jason. I was like, yeah, man, you just put the utility belt on the lizard from fucking, Spider-Man, and you prep time him to something with a +2, and then you use his free action tail attack and free move with Alyosha Craven.
Yeah, I mean, we actually I'm not gonna get too far into it, or actually tell you more than what I'm about to say, but,
he's
at least
on a
until
meta
maybe
team,
after
and that's all we're gonna say.
He's on a team that we consider very meta at the moment, that it uses a lot of newer mechanics.
Oh.
But,
and I love it, and if I get the opportunity to play it, I might.
States will be the only time you can play it.
I know. Oh, I'll decide eventually.
You make that decision, sir.
Alright, but I mean, it's fun. After we're done recording, we might run it by you guys and see what Jason's thoughts are and stuff like that.
Okay. So what piece did you hate?
But those were my 2 loved pieces. What?
What pieces did you hate?
Wong.
Yeah, fuck you, Wong.
Fucking Wong.
I mean, my basic freaking thoughts out of that Spider-Man set as a whole is that you had a bunch of junk pieces, really didn't like the Vampire by Night and Werewolf and Living Mummy and stupid Manphibian and things like that. But then it had a lot of really good stuff. I guess something I really hated was, I thought the chases sucked, so I hate them for that. I didn't like Nightmare. How about that?
Nightmare was annoying.
He was really annoying when he first came out, and everybody had a boner for him. And he's just like, haha, I'm Happer, you have to take -1. You know, and he was power cosmic and all that stuff. So he was just really annoying. I think I got wrecked with Terrax a couple times, and then he had a love-hate relationship with Ghost Rider. But for the most part, I didn't like Nightmare because it's just like, why make this theme team if you're just gonna freaking be a dickbag?
You remember when Justin pulled Terrax and Sealed? Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's tried to play him with a wall, just for funs.
Mm-hmm. Just for the lulls.
Just for the lulls of adding 2 freaking damage to your hypersonic attacks and such.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even thought about that.
What?
I never thought about that. That was the one piece I never pulled from that set, and I bought like 3 cases. I never pulled the Terrax.
I think I ended up with him after a Gen Con, playing Battle Royale. That's the set I'm probably closest to completing. Like I think I've got 5 of the 8 chases, and I think I'm just missing like the Prime I'm missing Prime Hobgoblin and Blackheart and a couple others, and I'm done with that set.
I feel like the chases in that set were like, you needed them to morph into the other things to be any good.
Yeah.
The funny thing was Jason like sat down one day and like mapped out what click number you're supposed to be on to be which Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Because like they all have one good click, and it like combines into like, oh, I took a click, changed to this one, I'm good again. Oh, I took another click, changed to this one, I'm good again.
Yeah, I clicked on that 001A Spider-Man. He's got 1 attack or 1 click of 11 damage. Like that's the one you want to be on.
11 damage, Jesus Christ.
11 attack.
I'll tell you what you needed to start with the 75-point gravity feed Spider-Man.
Okay.
You make him take a click, and then you switch to the 100-point Spider-Man that had toughness and 18 defense and super strength. From there, you switch to the chase. You switch to the chase Spider-Man.
The Iron Spider-Man.
Iron Spider. That's the one he comes on with the 4 damage and flurry and running shot. That's the path that you needed to take to optimize your Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can heal back if you needed to once you got there. But any other way was like, meh.
Yeah. I do like the 125, like, uncommon Spider-Man from that set.
I didn't like him because I'm a big Spider-Man guy, so he didn't feel like Spider-Man's. The best.
I think I'm mixing him up with the gravity feed one. Yeah, I am.
The best Spider-Man so far would be the AVX one, but this new black suit Spider-Man is looking pretty nasty.
He is.
Have you seen him, Dave?
Yeah.
What's that, Drew?
I was just what is your favorite piece?
It's hard to pick one. Let's see. I have a lot of honorable mentions, but I think my favorite's gonna have to be Hannibal King. I played him a lot. Yeah, and his speed power was just stupid good. Like, okay, now I've got a 12 attack. I mean, I've got a 15 defense, but I'm in stealth, so fuck you.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah. But like, I enjoyed all the army builders, like the vampires, the werewolves, the Zuvimbes, even though they were pretty awful. Like, I thought it was cool in concept. Like what, Jason said earlier, they came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, they'd all be a lot better now.
Yeah.
Black Talon.
But just like, Cloak and Dagger were cool. Let's see, I'm just kind of scrolling through the list here. Vulture. Uncommon Vulture was freaking amazing. I mean, he can use energy shield deflection and combat reflexes unless they can use sleep, climb, or flight. So like, he's got a 19D, 11 charge blades.
Right.
He's just a fun piece for 61 points. He can carry around your other guys. I've always wanted to see that uncommon Electro go off, but I never have.
I have. It's bad.
I'm just gonna call it there because I don't want to take everyone's pieces. It's like, my favorite piece was the entire set!
I like the whole thing. What was your favorite piece? Fuck you.
One more. Colleen Wing and Misty Knight.
I played them so much.
I usually only play Colleen Wing, but I love that Colleen Wing.
Yeah, I used to play them when the Heroes for Hire ATA wasn't nerfed.
Oh yeah.
Fucking so much damage.
Yeah.
This is where you had to use a theme team to ATA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Emma, so what was your favorite and most hated pieces?
I have a bunch of favorites from that set. We're a huge Spider-Man fan, and like, me and my husband. And so, like, if there's a Spider-Man set, like, we have like 5 cases. So, I mean, I really liked the set. There's a ton of them that I like. I love Howard the Duckman thing. I think the just looks awesome. And they have duo attack, so when I hit you with him, in my head I'm thinking that Howard the Duck is actually getting to hit you also. Like, he's not just up on Man-Thing's shoulders riding around. Like, he's actually swinging at you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super
He
fun.
jumps off and bills you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck uses guns sometimes, doesn't he?
I could not care less about Howard the Duck in comics, so I could not tell you.
I think he just burns your skin with his cigar.
I think I saw him on the cover of a Marvel Zombies where he had a huge freaking gun. That was when I stopped giving a shit about Marvel Zombies, but, well, that was after. Like, Marvel Zombies just...
It got crazy.
Yeah,
it also ruined HeroClix.
Yeah.
We also just lost half our listeners because Emma mentioned having a husband.
Oh.
That's true.
It's okay.
Oh, never mind.
It's okay. They're already they're more than halfway through the episode, so it's whatever.
We got their
Like,
review count.
what?
We got their review count, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright,
1
so
star.
which one-
Chick was married.
What did you hate the most?
I also have to say that I love Jennifer Kale.
Okay.
I think she's a phenomenal piece with her probability control spot that she gets to just put wherever she wants and anyone can use it. I think that's sick. Or she can use it twice if she's on it.
It was a really fun mechanic too. It was like kind of introduced like a King of the Hill sort of thing.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what.
Not that King of the Hill, but solid reference.
Real one, ass.
Damn it, Brother Voodoo.
But I really loved her. Madam Web was in that set too, and I really liked her. I mean, yeah, you didn't really know what she was gonna land on, but she's super cheap and...
As long as you didn't land on number 4, you were good.
Yeah.
Oh, that power sucks.
It support. I really liked her. I didn't like kind of like what you guys were talking about, like the Zubembis and stuff like that. I think they were just kind of like muck, just adding into the set. Although there's another girl who plays at our venue.
What?
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Are you from Bizarro World?
Her world, men don't play clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my world they don't. We actually have 3 girls that'll play. One of them is currently pregnant, so she can't be there very often, but she's actually the one who got us back into Clix because we moved from Texas to Illinois and just didn't play because we didn't know anyone played. And they played at Fox Comics, and I overheard her say something. I was like, "Are you talking about HeroClix?" Like that was the first time I've ever heard another girl talk about HeroClix.
This episode is the first time I've heard a girl talk about HeroClix.
I was like, "Wait, are you talking about HeroClix?" She was like, "Yeah, you know what that is," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know what that is." I was seeing a cat.
That's perfect.
Now, the real issue is,
man.
So it comes out, there's going to be an influx of players at your venue because that's where all the girls are that play.
Right?
Will's gonna be like, why didn't you just do this already?
Right? Oh, Jason, you want to hear a funny story? It was after you had left.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin', I was talking to a new player. His name's Paul. He's from Tennessee. And, we were talking or whatever. And I was like, yeah, man, can you believe we had 3 girls play at this rock? And he's like, yeah, I know, that's crazy. And then I was like, and 2 black guys. And Paul's a black guy. And he goes, I know. He's like, I walked in and I saw, he was talking about you. He's like, I saw the other guy. And I was like, yeah, that's right.
You did.
Normally it is
What?
So normally it is just me.
Well, that's because we don't.
And then,
that's because we don't go to events in Atlanta where the Dragon Sword is going to come out in full force.
Yeah.
Right. And then, freaking, I had to dip out early last episode before you guys could end it, and you were talking about Jason wearing green. And I had told him about whenever we pulled into the venue for the Rock. I was like, hey, I think that's Flavor Storm. And then, freaking Jason Alvey was like, how do you know? I was like, Jason Allen's the only black dude I know who wears like bright freaking green.
Yeah, that's just me.
It's easy as fuck. This guy's black hat on and his green shirt.
So he dresses like a cartoon character?
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Also, how much did that sensor bar over your face cost? Because, look, I've been friends with Jason since we were 16 years old, okay? And I have never, in all these years, never seen a picture of Jason's face. It's like his body with like this mysterious black shadow over anything that would identify him from any other black guy. And the most impressive part is there's like 4 or 5 pictures of him wearing a beanie, but this fucking shadow is still there, so it's not his fucking hat.
Does it always look as badass as that rock picture did, though?
Yes!
Oh man, that was so good.
This looks like the cover of a comic, like, who is this?
Right?
This Clixed player hasn't been unlocked yet.
He used to do that in real life. That was the funny part. Like, we would all be in like big circles. When we were at Job Corps together, we'd all be standing in giant circles of friends talking. And somebody would say something, and we would all like look over to see what they were talking about. And when we like look back to where Jason is, he's not there anymore. Whoa. It was like real life teleportation. I was like, how did he leave in the space of a sentence?
It's like, he
and we're like standing in like, in the middle of like empty space. There's no buildings to run up or hide behind.
Like, how did he hide that bright green shirt?
It's like, he's got like real life stuff. It's ridiculous.
No, lines of fire can't be drawn to him.
At all.
Yeah. There it is.
He's a midnight sun.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Oh, it was so funny. Alright, so, Jason.
Yep.
What piece did you love the most from Amazing?
My 2 favorite pieces were probably that Damien Hellstrom, because he helped, like, probably the best competitive team I ever built work. Like, without him, the whole team didn't work.
Yep. At 100%.
Yeah. And for just casual play, I like the 100-point Spider-Man that had stealth and prob, top dial.
He wasn't bad.
He was really, yeah, I mean, his wild cards, he had like a 17 defense with super senses, leap climb, and if he had no action tokens, lines of fire couldn't be drawn, and he had prob for Avengers, because he had Avengers keyword too.
The Avengers is hard to get prob on sometimes.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was just a solid piece, and then if you based him, I can push and deal him a click to turn him to Iron Spider on his good click.
Yeah.
He's one good click.
Yeah, those are my 2 favorite pieces from that set. As a Spider-Man fan, I was very disappointed with the set as a whole. It didn't do the character justice.
So what piece did you hate the most?
Did I hate it the most?
Or it was the biggest letdown?
The biggest letdown was probably the 125-point Spider-Man, the uncommon.
Oh yeah, he sucked.
I felt he was garbage with a 2 damage on the top.
He sucked real bad.
Yeah, I was pretty mad about that. And the piece, I was tired of Ghost Rider, just because at the time, like last year, everybody was playing Ghost Rider. It was like a table of Ghost Riders.
It was the only person I saw playing Worlds that year that didn't play Ghost Rider was you.
Yeah, it was like everybody was playing Ghost Rider at the whole table, but me. It was like 16 Ghost Riders. Like, come on. The original.
You know, outside of the meta though, I really like that Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he is pretty cool.
Yeah. I played him and Validus once in like it was last Halloween we did, Police versus Monsters. It was kind of a dick team. Validus had Mystics, cause he has calculators.
Aw, come on.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I don't,
it was a fun spell.
He's another piece back when we were talking about that should have been meta but wasn't.
Validus?
I don't know how Validus was not meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really good. My favorite piece from Amazing Spider-Man, and I don't know if it's a popular answer or not, I don't really particularly give a fuck. Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks God somebody said it.
That was one of my honorable mentions. I'm glad I didn't say it. Steal it from you.
Right?
He's such a beast. And then, and right after he came out, they started dropping shit for Fear itself. Like, there was almost no time between. So he just got better when the Book of the Skulls came out, and I could give him a charge on his fucking Mjolnir clicks. She was great.
I forgot he was in that, but yeah, he was a good one.
Yeah, I loved Amazing Spider-Man. Like 160 points. You put him on the map, and everybody's like, "Well, you can tell the people who knew it and the people who didn't, because the people who didn't are like, well, he's not worth 160. And I'm like, just wait for it. You'll see. And the people who knew when you put him on the map, they're like, God damn it. Fuck.
It's like, ooh, what's that do? Oh, that.
You get to that stop click, everybody's like, oh my God, what happened?
Drew?
Yeah.
The one time I ran into him in a competitive setting, I had my Book of the Skull team, the question. I had +2 stats, charge flurry when he hit his stop click, and then I landed on +3 just up to all stats while I was in the middle of the flurry and just like nuked his face. So I imagine he's quite scary whenever you're not doing something like that, but.
Yeah, he's scary in like a casual format. Like, 400 point silver, let me put on Spider-Man 2099 and a bunch of people with fucked up team abilities. Fuck yeah.
Right?
Like, Spider-Man 2099, especially in like a Silver Age, fucking Nightshade from DC 75th for like 40 something points. I think she's got Prob, and she gives him Mystics. So now you're taking damage when you hit him. He gets to Ultra Mode, he's got a 19 defense. He's just so good.
Me and, Justin, Shaw from Big Bang, we came up with this troll team one time. And it was just like, you play any Mystic you want, and a whole bunch of Mary Jane Pogs. They got Spider-Man
team ability.
So yeah. And then you throw on, Ironmonger 2.0, I think, that, whenever a piece dies, it, like, deals splash damage to everyone adjacent.
Yep.
So it's just like, you swarm them with these Mary Jane clones, and they blow up, and they die.
And then they kill one adjacent to them, which then blow up.
Yeah. Or, they kill one and then run away. But, I mean, it would just be hilarious to see work.
If it could work, that would be great.
Yeah.
I know my friend Mario used to play, in High Point games at our venue, he used to play Fear Itself Odin with a bunch of Pogs.
Oh yeah?
And he would like give them TK and TK himself out and fucking hypersonic and do you all types of like fucking 6 clicks and shit and then run back and TK back to his starting area. Cause Mario's a giant bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I agreed with that. I don't even know the guy.
Yeah, you do. Blueberry Blizzard.
I'd probably know him if I saw him. No, yeah, I think he played in the Sealed. I think I remember him.
Yeah, he's the Mexican dude who we hang out with. He had long hair and glasses at the time.
Yeah.
He don't have long hair.
Blueberry
Blizzard. I love him. He's like fucking family, but that Odin shit is gay shit.
I've never played those pieces. So, on the subject of TK real quick, I gotta gripe a little bit. You can't TK yourself?
No.
But you look at Magneto from Avengers vs. X-Men. He's got, free action TK if he's got 2 action tokens. He's got flight, but he can't TK himself. How the fuck does Magneto fly? He TKs himself.
I mean, in theory, you can TK yourself. They just call it a move action.
Yeah, but you don't automatically break away.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess it's like Jean Grey. She TKs herself around.
Right.
But she doesn't. Not in Clixed.
No. Not in this game.
Dude, Clixed doesn't make any sense. You could be sitting at the top of the stairs, but you can't draw a line of fire to somebody who you can see. If I'm on stairs, I can see you upstairs.
Just things.
But this is the funniest thing. You can be sitting on the stairs right near the top, but if you're not on the same elevation, you can't shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on a barn 3 stories up, and I'm at the bottom of the ladder, and there's arrows there, I can punch you for some reason.
Yeah.
Because WizKids, that's why.
You kick him down the ladder.
Right?
That'd be great.
And somehow I hit them whenever I do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing, like, you can attack multiple elevations when you leap climb, but you can't attack multiple elevations if you fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Same logic. I mean, I know that Superman never flies up and punches people, but good thing Catwoman
even though that's always his pose.
Right?
It's just an elaborate ruse.
That was my favorite Superman, was the knockback one from Justice League that had, like, the POW sculpt.
Yeah.
That shit was super funny. Alright, so, we're going on to Hated. I didn't get Cody's Hated, because I know what it is, and we're gonna get this one together. Fuck Brother Voodoo. Fuck everybody who plays Brother Voodoo.
In all of his holes.
Sons of bitches. 79 fucking points.
For those of you who don't know Brother Voodoo, we're gonna break it down for you.
79 fucking points. So I'm gonna get stealth. I'm gonna get super senses. I'm gonna get prob. Oh, and it's something that you can't do shit about. I'm gonna free action mind control you when I have one token. I'm gonna get +1 to that, and I don't care how many points you are, I'm not gonna take no damage.
Yeah.
And then when I mind control you to attack yourself, you also get a +1, because I'm a bitch.
And you know where I'm gonna get that action token from? Moving 10 squares through whatever the fuck I want.
Yep.
It's like that Astral Doctor Strange I was talking about earlier, but a fucking asshole. Just.
I hate Brother
Don't forget that he has poison and smoke cloud.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything that I don't want him to fuck with. That's what he said.
Yeah, so you can like free action them, mind control to move them next to him at the beginning of the turn to free action poison them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's...
And then, freaking after the poison, whenever he's adjacent to a friendly character, he can use that smoke cloud as a free action too.
Free actions for days.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the green battery exists.
Yeah, that's probably why he's not in meta as much anymore.
Yeah, because you can't do everything for free anymore. God bless the green battery. I know, Emma. I'm sorry. But God bless the goddamn green battery.
I'm on both sides of the fence there. Yeah, that fence is just shoved up my ass.
They're just sitting on the fence. And
I understand why people hate the green battery, but it fucks voodoo. And I've been waiting sets for something that fucks voodoo.
He's about to go out.
Yeah.
I could not possibly be happier. And maybe in July, when I don't have to look at his face in competitive play anymore, maybe then I'll be like, man, fuck this green battery, and I'll be on your team. I don't know.
Retirement's in July? Attach him to a fucking firework.
Oh man, that'd be sweet.
Stick him on a bottle rocket and just...
No. I'm putting him on a real firework.
Yeah.
Like one of the super high in the sky giant explosions. That's what's happening.
Also, the only problem I ever had with Brother Voodoo, and I've seen this a lot, is like that one top hand is always falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's broken too.
I had to glue that shit like 3 times back on.
We always had a running joke that Brother Voodoo is this guy while he was in college and he was in a fraternity, so he's Brother Voodoo, and then after he graduated med school, he became Dr. Voodoo.
God damn it.
Yeah.
He
My
calmed
favorite
down,
thing is when somebody's
started
like,
a family.
Gain mystics.
when somebody's like, where's that Brother Voodoo's hand at? And I'm like, up the ass of the last guy that he played.
That's what he uses to mind control.
Yeah. He sticks his hand up there and just works you like a puppet.
Yeah.
Every now and again it breaks.
Drew, did you ever play Brother Voodoo?
Yeah, I did. I was not ashamed. I was ashamed of myself deeply.
Did you enjoy it though? We're not gonna judge you.
It was fun to be able to do it to somebody for once, but I still felt fucking dirty and grimy. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I want to mind control your Colossus.
I played the dude one team.
That is. I'm sorry. Take 7.
Couldn't freaking see. He was playing Tanaris and freaking. One time I played a guy who was playing Mole Man and Tanaris and something else. And I couldn't see his Tanaris. So I freaking mind controlled his Mole Man with Brother Voodoo. And then I mind controlled his Tanaris with freaking Mole Man.
Can you even do?
And
No, you can't do that. Oh.
Yeah, you can.
No,
pretty sure.
Yeah. I played couple weeks ago. I played with Arnon Zola, and he can't do that.
He can.
His mind control specifically says you cannot mind control someone to mind control someone.
Really? Well, this was a couple years ago.
It wasn't even out yet. You're right.
No,
go on.
What he's saying is that his Armin Zola's mind control specifically says that he cannot mind control with a mind control character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't see the Tanaris, so I had to mind control his Mole Man, and then use Mole Man to mind control Tanaris, and then Tanaris did something, and like smash Mole Man in the face.
So you like mind controlled Curve the Bullet around a corner.
He's a wanted character now.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, that click set would be fun. Guys, for those of you who haven't read Wanted, there's a character in that named Shithead. He is like Clayface, but he is made up of the feces of the 666 most evil people that have ever walked the earth.
So he's Drew.
Right.
Wow, that's harsh.
Not totally inaccurate. I don't know how I got married. I don't. Blows my mind sometimes. Alright,
She's a strong woman.
Hey, I mean, Hitler got a chick, so it's whatever.
Hitler had a wife and a girlfriend. Hitler had two girls.
And this honeymoon's gonna be killer, I promise.
Wow. Oh man.
Alright. I hate Brother Voodoo though. Like, I mean, think of the fact that he's just now getting ready to rotate out and he's still meta.
Yeah, I fucking hate him. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it.
Right? I think Emma likes Brother Voodoo too.
I do. I mean, yeah, he's annoying. I mean, I do like him though, but I can totally see, like, if I had been playing competitively longer, like, I would want to put him on a bottle rocket. Like, I could see that. Like,
Brother Voodoo is one of those pieces. I don't even have my hatred of Brother Voodoo from meta. My hatred of Brother Voodoo was born and raised at my local venue, and it just got worse with meta.
Yeah, because when Amazing Spider-Man came out, everyone, at least 2 people played Brother Voodoo every week. Every single week for like a solid 3 months.
Yeah.
You had to play it every week.
I agree.
So,
like it was
such an epidemic at our venue that one day after Clixed and like the not super regular people left, the people that came like every single week, our group got together and we like took a vote whether we were gonna ban Brother Voodoo from our venue or not. It was that bad. And that's where my hatred for Brother Voodoo went, because that was easily the most commonly acquired big piece at our venue. Everybody pulled Brother Voodoo.
Yeah.
I pulled one. Mario pulled like 3. Karsten pulled one. Everybody pulled one. And all our players. And so it was 2 or 3 every single week for months and months and months. So that's where I learned to hate Brother Voodoo, because I knew I was going to beat myself up like 3. We only play 3 matches a day, and I was going to beat my own ass in at least one of those matches.
Yeah.
I hate him so much. And at no point he hasn't gotten bad.
Yeah.
Like, his utility has never gone away. It's still there.
It's like when they
He's
put him
a
on
little
the watch
easier to
list.
hit because of Precision Strike, but
They put him on the watch list and then did nothing with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, when they put out the watch list, I was like, oh man, Brother Voodoo's gonna get it. Yeah, he's gonna, no. What? It's not even on the list anymore?
Here's what's funny.
Like, he got a footnote at the bottom of the fucking page. It's like, also, we've decided there's nothing wrong with this piece, so we're removing him from the watch list. Fuck you, whiz kids.
The thing that was funny is because Brother Voodoo was the piece that everybody was waiting to see the ruling on.
Yeah.
And they did
nothing.
They were like, alright guys, well that's the end of the watch list. We thanks everything. Oh wait, there was one more piece you want us to talk about. Yeah, Brother Voodoo's fine. Anyway, so.
It's like.
They should just, anything increases point cost, but he was honestly like the first prime that was like.
Yeah.
Playable?
As bad as like the primes because those Batman primes weren't that good.
No.
The best one was Hush and it wasn't that great.
I enjoyed playing him, but he wasn't meta.
Yeah, Brother Voodoo. Like, he got easier to hit, but aside from that, any new developments in the game have not affected him at all.
Oh yeah, he's still gonna phase through a wall and make you kick your own ass.
Yeah, he's just as good as he was. The only thing that suffers is maybe if a doctor shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's better now because the resources are better, so you can put a sniper rifle on him and basically effectively get 4 more range out of him.
See how Jason made it gayer? You see? See what I'm talking about?
No. I had a 13 range Brother Voodoo like 2 months back. I played him with a Star Sapphire freaking battery with a sniper rifle.
I'm gonna put you in the
oh my god.
13 range Brother Voodoo.
Why do we hang out?
You should feel bad.
He also is really fantastic with Doc Ock arms.
I bet. Target, you son of a bitch.
Spread him with greed so you can just give him the Doc Ock arms?
Well, you can give Greed the Doc Ock arms, but not Brother Voodoo.
I haven't studied that piece really.
You could give him Sidestep, which gives him more movement, and you could give him Energy Shield Deflection, which makes him harder to hit from range.
20 from range.
With probs.
And he's probably got stealth by the time you're gonna shoot him.
That's one gripe I have about probability control, because if you're playing with someone who has probs, you're never going to roll a crit.
Right.
Just, you have to accept that.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Oh, yeah.
I stay running with 2-3 probs and I get critted all the time.
That's fair.
I usually put myself into a critical miss.
Well, the thing with, people only crit on Jason when it's the last prob that he's like, last prob, crit. Like, oh, god damn it. I remember one time I was playing him and he probbed me like 3 times and I critted 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I remember, I think you talked about that last episode, didn't you? You crit twice and then rolled a 4.
Yeah, Dave did.
I did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I critted 4 times. I rolled 4 12s.
it's just like that first time you roll that crit, it's just like that magic feeling of, oh my god, that hit, that's extra damage, and then they're like, I'm gonna prod that. Also, your dog's dead.
Hey, I just gotta tell you, with my last rock team at Big Bang, in the first 3 rounds of Swiss, I got attacked twice.
Wow.
Twice. 2 attacks against me. One was a miss, one was a hit for 4, which just didn't really hurt my team at all, because I healed it right back up like it never happened. So, Indigo for the win, baby.
Jesus Christ. Alrighty, guys. So we asked the audience last week, why do you love HeroClix? We got on our Facebook page. We heard from Jordan B. He said, a venue is really good at making fun events, so that every character on your figure has to relate to a character from the TV show Leverage. There are fun ways to play, and he can change his play style whenever he wants. So you don't have to be a tempo player to win. You can be a turtler or a swarmer or well-balanced. And he said he just likes comics in general, so it's fun to play different versions of things like that. We heard a lot of the same answers from different people. A couple of the different answers were, they just like building teams. They like the challenge of placing in major competitions. So Dave, what is it about Clixed that keeps you here even though WizKids blows donkey nuts?
To be honest, man, it's my play group.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh, shut
But no, man, I mean, even whenever you have bad nights or, good nights or anything like that, it's my buddies that I play with. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've all been frustrated about how we played or whatever, but, it's my friends, and, I like Rocks because I met you and Jason and all the Flavor Storm guys and a bunch of other people, and I mean, like, it's really the players that
Dave created
that
possibly
make me...
the most well-known team of HeroClix players that there is.
The Flavor Storm, or?
Yeah, Dave created Flavor Storm. You and Dave, actually.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me freaking play the game, man. I'm more excited about seeing you guys and, Jerry and all the other people who come to these rocks that are close by. And, now the Illinois group with Will and Emma and them, and they're really cool. And it's like, I like seeing the people more than I like competing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, proof of that is I'm freaking judging Kentucky State championships. And I'm super stoked to see everybody. I'm not even playing.
And I'm his sidekick.
Right.
Honorary co-judge with no authority. Good job, Cody.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to play this one team.
That's true.
It's pretty sweet.
We'll get to that after we stop recording. We don't want to put in all the goodies. All right, Emma, why do you love Clix?
My thing that I love about it is I get bored really easy with a lot of things. And so things that are repetitive, I don't stick with very well. So that's why I like Clix. Like, you can make it different really easy. I mean, even if I learned this, like, with practicing for Rock and stuff like that, because I played my team over and over and over, like, it was nauseating how many times I played it. But, I mean, I played the same pieces, the same time, like, I played them over and over and over again. But the game was different every time. Like, my opponent did things different every time. You play different pieces or whatever. But, I mean, even when I was playtesting at home, like, I was playing the same pieces over and over again to get strategy. And even then, like, the game is different every time, and it is so different every time. And it's just, with the new pieces coming out so much, which I have a love-hate relationship with that, but I don't know, it's just always fresh for me, and I like that a lot. Like, even when, you don't have money, and you can't buy the next 3 sets who are coming out in the next 3 months or whatever, like, you can play and it still be fun, and it still be different every time for you. I love that part of it. Like, you can't do that with other games these days. Like,
no.
You just can't.
Alright, Cody, what is your favorite thing about HeroClix?
Going off what Dave said, like, when I saw that post at first, I was like, man, I don't know. I think I was just in a depressed mood at the time. I was like, I don't know why I play this fucking game. But I was like, a big part of it is the friends, like, I look forward to seeing my local play group every week, and, even if we didn't play Clix, I would hope that we would still get together and play, some other board games, or just hang out, go see a movie every now and then. But, like, the game itself, I'm a huge comic book nerd, and I have an addictive personality, so it's like, oh, collectible comic book sculptures, this is fun. Like, some of the sculpts are just so awesome, and like even if I quit playing, I'm sure I would still buy certain figures, you know.
It's a good thing I don't need money.
Yeah. But the game itself is fun, regardless of how WizKids fucks it up.
And they will.
I mean, it's got a solid structure, and it's like if you can avoid those certain things, you can still have fun with it. And it also helps answer the questions of who would win in a fight, you know? Like, until we get DBZ clicks, you can't do Goku versus Superman. But like, you know, you can have Captain America versus Wonder Woman, who would win in a fight, you know? I think that's really cool. And being able to have DC characters fight alongside Marvel characters is really cool. And then throwing in some of the third-party sets, as awful as they are, it's cool to see those figures fighting alongside each other. Like, I had Agent Venom fighting with the Gears from Gears of War, and it looks so fucking cool, you know. That team got its ass whooped, but it was fun. It was kind of funny because it went up against Hulk, and it was just like the big blind thing that you had to fight in the first game. I can't remember what it was called, but it was cool thematically, you know.
Right. Jason, what do you love about Clixed?
Just the ability to test myself and my cerebral prowess against other people, I guess. Just to see if I can, how good I am.
That's what Jason
I'm always
says.
trying to get better.
His favorite thing about Clixed is being smarter than you.
I haven't won yet, so I can't be that much smarter than people. But I just like I try. At least I try my best.
You like challenging yourself.
Yeah. It's all about the challenge. I mean, if there was no challenge, I probably wouldn't play at all.
I know he spent the last 3 years telling me how it's fucking his goal to be the most well-known fucking Clixed player ever.
Yeah.
So
like, I just want everybody to know my name and cower in fear when they know it's me.
He wants to be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
Like no one ever was.
To collect them is his real test. To play them is his cause.
Oh, okay, we have to stop this.
Guys, we need a new theme song. Hero Clicks!
I just played it whenever Jason walks in the building.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing a Charmander shirt right now, so
that's
super
a win.
funny.
That's the best shirt you could wear. Like,
why
would you
I don't know,
pick
man.
Portal or Bubble?
I'm wearing a fucking half and half Green Ranger, White Ranger shirt right now.
I mean Pokemon wise. I was just saying
Pokemon-wise.
Charmander's awesome.
I like Cyndaquil.
Get out. I'm joking. I can't dog anyone for their favorite Pokemon.
Like,
you know, it's just...
Unless it's Ditto, then you're indecisive and I hate you.
That's fair. It's like, man, I really like all 700 and whatever. Guess I'll just pick this one.
That's all of them.
Yeah. My favorite Pokemon's a Pokedex.
Smartest Pokemon ever.
My favorite Pokemon's Bulbapedia.
Oh, Cody, weren't we having the discussion the other week about how stupid Ash is? Because it's like, this is a world inhabited by Pokemon, and you're telling me Ash has never seen a freaking Pidgey before he was 10 years old?
You were having this, but you're right.
If you watch the first episode, there's a Pidgey toy on his dresser.
That's what I'm saying. And like, he's like, oh, a Pokemon. It's like,
Well,
this is a Pidgey, and you're freaking stupid.
It's kind of like I've never seen Johnny Depp, you know? It's like, I've seen him on TV, I've seen pictures of him, but I've never seen him.
Pidgeys
like,
not
like,
celebrities, Cody.
You're telling me there aren't a bunch of Johnny Depps running around tall grass, I could just go out and catch one?
No, otherwise we
Believe
wouldn't
me, if there
freaking
were,
have
we
women.
would get no women ever.
Yeah.
You could just go in the grass and get a Johnny Depp. Fuckers like me stand no chance.
I made the joke a couple weeks ago that my yard was bad enough I could go out and catch Pokemon in it.
I was actually talking about this the other day about, like, what kind of world do they live in where, like, you just send your 10-year-old off, like, by themselves.
To fight his animal against other children's animals.
It's just like old school RPGs. Like, what's in here? Like, son, take this sword and this helmet. Don't die.
It's Japan. We've come full circle. Like, we talked about, I don't remember what we talked about in Japan earlier, but, Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Japan's just weird.
They invented tentacle port. They have a different weirdo meter than we do.
Yeah.
Overfiend.
I was talking to somebody about anime the other day, and the argument came up over what was better, Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, some girl was like Sailor Moon, and I was like, please, give me intergalactic kung fu space aliens over cosmically powered pedophilia every single day of the week.
I'll tell you what's better, Sailor Moon DBZ /fic.
You know, Cody,
this is going to a really weird place.
Every time we talk, our friendship gets a little weirder.
It does.
What about Drew? What's his favorite part?
My favorite part of Clixed, I'm going to be repetitive and take everybody else's answer, but it's my friends, man. We just had the big blowout on the Midwest Rock Facebook group about how everybody said they're not going to go to States if I play my team. So I'm not playing, but I'm still going to States. And for those of you who don't understand why this is a big deal, I live in Seattle.
That's a big deal.
I'm driving, and I did the math, I'm driving 42 hours to not play HeroClix and hang out with my friends.
Aww.
So, that's really it. Is why I go, I have been looking for a venue here, not even because I like playing Clix, just because I like having a play group. Fucking people who are interested in the same shit as me. Because I'm a super nerd, and I went to high school before, so I'm not used to that. But yeah, Clix is 100% about my friends. If I didn't have any friends that played this game, I would have quit years ago. The shit with WizKids is enough to make anybody want to fucking kill themselves. So, I wouldn't have stayed in the game for the love of the game. But, all my friends are like, my top 10 best friends, 7 or 8 of them all play Clix. So, I mean, two of them host a podcast about it with me. So, it's really,
Heyo,
100% my friends that are keeping me in it. So, our audience interaction question for next week, if this is gonna be a big one, if you guys want to get in on the show and get shouted out. Next week we're gonna vet your venue. You, reply to us, let us know what your city and state, or your province or your country, for some of us in the Midwest Rock group. And we will advertise your venue for you. We'll go over everything that you give us and get the word out there, get you some new players, get you some new fresh blood out there to spill on your meta teams.
Hey man, finding a venue is not easy. Like, I lived here for like 2 years before I found a venue to play.
Yeah, it's a struggle, man. I've been out here for 3 months and I just found one, and as soon as I get the free time to go play, I don't have a lot of my friends out here, but I do have KC Flash.
And I think it'll be good for, like, if we have any listeners that don't have a venue, which I think would be kind of strange, but, because I think the only way you're going to hear about us is through the grapevine of other players.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you know, maybe somebody out there is playing Clix and has just moved somewhere and they hear us shout out a venue, they have a place to go play.
Yeah, like me.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I looked for 3 months before I finally found something, and I found it randomly. I just walked in there on Free Comic Book Day, and it's not even a comic book store. It's a game store in the mall with the comic book shop. And if I wouldn't have asked them, I would have never known. So sometimes finding a new venue is a major, major struggle. So it'd be good to be able to try to get some word out there and get some new players out, maybe closer than the venues they're going to now, or venues, if they're not happy with it, they can get a new good one.
Mm-hmm.
My good friend Dave here is hosting States. Dave, why don't you tell everybody about that so they know where to go if they think they've got what it takes to be the champion of Kentucky?
Yeah, we're having it, June 27th in Owensboro, Kentucky at Big Bang Toys, Comics, and Games. It's gonna start at 10:30, but we're opening up the doors at 9. Other than that, we're still getting some info on what the prize support is other than what comes with the state, Rock Championship. But, other than that, I don't have any information more than that, but as I get it, I'll put it out.
How much does it cost? Do we know how much it's gonna cost?
It's $20.
$20? Okay.
$5 cheaper than a rock.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you get busted by the meta, at least you still have $5 to go to Subway while you wait for your ride to finish playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you a foot long.
Hey, we got Chinese buffet right next door.
Right? Get you some food to cry over.
We've got so much food. Like, we got Chinese buffet, McDonald's, really sweet Mexican restaurant, Taco Bell, Arby's, like right there in walking distance.
Hell yeah.
That's why I'm fat.
Are you and Derek coming to Kentucky, Emma?
I think we're gonna try to. And
awesome.
Coming to circle, like if you lose and you don't have anything else better to do, just go down to Buffalo Wild Wings and do some loser shots and then come back and play some more. It really helps. Me and Will.
We may try to put something together like a sealed or just like a, fun event for people that didn't make top 8 or top 16. I mean, it's usually what we try to do at our rocks is we run a side event for everybody else.
Yeah. Well, even if you break for lunch, go do some shots. It helps.
I have yet to play. No, I tried to teach someone Clixed while drunk, and it did not go well.
No,
but I've never played drunk Clixed.
Dave?
What's up?
So you know what I just realized I was talking to Luke about the other day? We were going over an older episode when we were talking about that origin story where you showed up at that dude's room drunk.
Oh, yeah.
We never had that shot of moonshine. It's just been waiting for a year, sir.
I know it, dude. We'll hit it up.
It'd be this fucking...
Talk to Mike.
I love that story, by the way. That was hilarious.
Everybody does. It was like, it's my favorite story ever.
That guy in his room did not like that story.
Oh, this story was so great, though. He was so mad. I got bad. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. Alright guys, well thanks for being with us. I want to thank Dave and Jason, as always, for co-hosting with you guys.
Always a pleasure.
And then a special shout out, thank you Emma and Cody for joining us as our guest host today. We really appreciate it. You guys are great.
Thanks for having us. It was a blast.
I'm so clapping.
Alright guys.
Are you sure that's clapping?
Alright everybody, be sure to check us out. Our home is on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/clixedoff. You can catch us on iTunes. You can catch us on Stitcher Radio. You can catch us on YouTube. We're going to be on the Play.it podcast community very soon. I'm working very hard to get us out everywhere we can be. So definitely tune in and check us out in the future. And a special shout out, Emma's husband, good Mr. Derek Lewis, is the guy who makes our theme song. So appreciate that. All right. So
thanks,
everybody
sir.
have a great week. Thank you, Derek. Everybody have a great week, and we will see you in the States.